It's a cold one in Watertown, and we're ready for EFL Championship football. Good evening, everyone. I'm Bill Callahan along with Chris Drennan, and it's the Greenjackets versus the Red and Black. Doesn't get any better than this, Chris.
Absolutely not. Doesn't get any better than this. You're talking about two of the two most storied teams in Empire Football League history here. 100 years old on one end, 75-year anniversary on the other for the Greenjackets. And they're carrying the weight of many teams and many great rivalry games and championships prior on their shoulders this evening. It's going to be a great game. I'm anxious to see how it's going to turn out.
Championships for both teams. The last time the Red and Black won, 1980, when they defeated the Troy Uncle Sams, which was a big game. 1976 for the Greenjackets. That was a huge one against Albany. So again, both teams looking to have a championship for the first time in a long time. For the Greenjackets, a chance to win 12 games in one season, tying them with last year in 1997. First championship since 1976. First win in Watertown, if they could possibly win, since 1986. There's so many things at stake here. It is so exciting. Couple of side notes. Number 22, Al Countryman, the great all-around athlete for the Watertown Red and Black, is retiring tonight. His number will be retired, and this will be his last time playing. Of course, he can punt the ball. He's a great blocker. He's a great runner. He plays defense. He does everything you ask him. Sorry to see him go.
Oh, yeah. Al Countryman's been the heart of this team for a number of years. It is sad to see him go. I know they want to send him off with a great farewell with a victory tonight. The crowd's excited. There's some crowd behind me here that's been here since 2 o'clock this afternoon getting ready for this game. So the stage is set. Both teams are ready. I had a chance to ride with the Green Jacket squad all the way here on the bus. I know they're ready. I know that the Red and Black are ready too. It's just going to be hard-nosed football in a great environment here. I'm excited about it.
Well, Chris, we're going to take a break now. We're going to go talk to some people on the field and get ready for this championship game, so don't go away, folks. Here with the commissioner of the Empire Football League, Alan Butch Keller. Butch, great to see you.
Good, glad to be here, Bill. It should be a great game tonight, don't you think?
Oh, definitely. I think two very closely matched teams, and this one could definitely go either way.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah. But it's kind of unusual with Glens Falls and Watertown playing as a North and Southern championship. They're usually both in the North, but of course, you know, this year with geography, Glens Falls was pushed in the South, so that's even more unique.
I can remember when Glens Falls was moved to the South, a number of players got on the email and were wringing their hands saying, geez, just when things are getting good, we're moved to a tougher division, and then the Green Jackets go 8-0 in the division, which is pretty impressive.
And thumped everyone down there, did a great job. Very great job, good organization, so it should be a great game.
Butch, as a former head coach in this league, do you have any special memories about bringing teams to Watertown?
Yeah, every time we came up here, we had a tough time. The Fort Drum boys were here. They didn't travel very well back in those days, but when you came up here, you had more than your hands full.
Taking a look at the league this year, a lot of challenges for the Empire Football League this year. You got to be glad that we got through and everybody finished the season.
Yeah, I think everyone did a real good job on considering the problems we had. You know, we had 3 teams right in the beginning of the year, kind of surprised us, take leave of absence, and cease operations, you know, formidable teams, former champions and things like that. So we bounced back fairly well, and I think next year things will be back in place again.
Any prediction here tonight?
No, I don't think so. Glens Falls has a very good team, very good quarterback. They have an advantage in quarterbacks. I don't know about running backs. If everybody's healthy for Watertown, they could be tough. Defensively, it's kind of a toss-up. Whoever really wants it tonight is going to win it.
Butch, thanks a lot for everything. Glad to see you here tonight.
Thank you, thank you.
Now is the time. This is the place. We are the people. Niemer.
Hi, Frank Romaine, General Manager at Niemer Ford. It's not about me, it's not about you. It's about we in 2003. That's right, we're looking to build long-lasting relationships. How? With outstanding customer commitment and service. We have one of the largest selections of new and used vehicles in the North Country. Inventories are up, rates are down, and we're dealing. Remember, it's all about we in 2003. Stop in and see.
Well, it's always a great pleasure and honor to be with George Ashcraft, the head coach of the Watertown Red and Black, American Football Association Hall of Fame class of 2002. Coach, congratulations on bringing your team to the championship game.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, this has got to be very exciting for you. First time since 1980 that the team is going to have a chance to bring home the title.
Yeah, it's 23 seasons, you know, and we had a good year. It's been successful throughout the 90s, and finally we've turned the corner, and we're here, and it couldn't be a better night for it. The weather's held out for us, and it should be a great one.
Now, Coach, you're playing in your home field, and obviously for the Greenjackets, Greenjackets are sitting there scratching their heads saying we haven't won in Watertown, High School at the time, since July 1986. It's got to have some magic around here, huh?
Yeah, there's been a kind of a, I don't know, call it what you want to call it, a thing being said that teams that travel, it's tougher for them in this league, and I can testify to that. It's happened a lot. We play very well here at home. I don't know. I thought we did on the road sometimes, but evidently when you play the big teams, it just makes it a lot different ball game. I think atmosphere adds a lot, and for us, having the league swap it back and forth, north to south every other year, I think helps teams a lot. You can plan it, you know what I mean? And the plans came together this year for us, and it's just, it's fitting that a Northern Division team for all those years went to the South one year, and now we're playing each other. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, I think it is too. Great rivalry going back to 1935, and we're 75 years old. You're 100-plus years old. We're going to get it on. This is supposed to be a close one. We wish you the best of luck, Coach.
Thank you. This could be my 100th win.
That's right, too. That's
yes.
what we were talking about.
And that would be kind of a icing on the cake, so to say. I haven't been this loose ever in a big game. I feel really good about, we've done our job as a team, as coaches, whatnot, to get here. Now it's just let these guys go out and play football. I hope that the officiating will let them play tonight. If they let us play ball and just play the game, let these men play the game the way it's supposed to be played, I think this is going to be exciting.
Well said, Coach.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks for the time.
Thank you.
Well, we have right here the Green Jackets co-head coaches. To my left, Tommy Mayer. To my right, Pete Quackenbush. Also have been named co-head coaches of the year in the Southern Division of the Empire Football League. This is a huge game, and it's tough to have to interview you before a game because I know all your thoughts and energies are focusing in on the contest. But
no, we're real loose. We won't have any problems at all, Bill.
Yeah. Tell me something. Tell me, first of all, do you have any Watertown experiences you want to share with us? Is there anything that sticks out in your mind, having played or coached up here in the past?
Oh, gosh, a number of years ago, Terry Gorton drew a play in the dirt and threw for a touchdown. And then there were some other ones I can't even talk about. But it's always a tough play up here. The fans are great Watertown fans, and they are hostile to us without a doubt.
Tommy?
No, I haven't got anything. I just want to win.
Yeah, you should. Is there any type of advantage having to travel for this game? I know it's an advantage for the home team to have the game here, but is there any type of advantage as coaches that you can spin to make this to your advantage?
Only if we could have come up on Wednesday, Bill.
Gentlemen, I wish you the very best. Any surprises tonight?
Same old football.
Same old football.
Same old football, yeah. For all the guys that were there last week, we're going to bring that home for you and all our fans back home.
Well said, gentlemen. Thanks for the time. Good luck, huh?
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, the national anthem is being played in the background. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Bill Callahan. It's a pleasure to be with you here tonight. What we're doing is we're doing a little bit of different type of broadcasting here in that we worked very, very hard. Charles Adams and Sandra Aubin worked very hard to bring you this game. We had some technical difficulties. A long trip up to Watertown, bitter cold weather conditions, high position in scaffolding. We had to run a very, very long line for our power output, which kind of played havoc with us a little bit later. So the first half, our audio is not where we wanted it to be. So what I'm doing as the national anthem plays here at the Alex Duffy Fairgrounds, I'm going to be talking over the first half of the game and kind of filling you in with what went on. We will pick up the second half live with myself and my partner Chris Drennan and the EFL Championship game 2003. It doesn't get any better than this. The Green Jackets had an 8-0 regular season record, went on to defeat Orange County at home for the Southern Division title, and then proceeded up to Watertown to see if they could win the big game. And let me tell you, winning in Watertown is not something that happens often.
The last time the Green Jackets had won in Watertown was July 1986 when they snuck up and just got past the Red and Black in an early season game. So the Green Jackets going to Watertown trying to win only their third EFL title since 1969, trying to win only their fifth title in their 75-year history, and trying to win in Watertown, something that happens very infrequently. The officials are from Scranton, Pennsylvania, and as you see the field clearing right here, the Green Jackets are ready to go, the Red and Black ready to go. George Ashcraft, the head coach of the Watertown Red and Black, and you saw my interview with him just a little bit earlier on this telecast. George, a Hall of Fame, American Football Association Hall of Fame coach, a veteran player on this team, and somebody who really, really came and shined in Empire Football League play last year. And why I say that is because the Red and Black got off to a bad start last year. The team was kind of down on itself. There were a number of losses, very close losses. George sat that football team down in midseason, and he turned that entire season around. And he showed what George could do as a coach and showed what the Red and Black are made of as a team. So to come in this season with their great record, only losing once on the road to Orange County, just picked up where last season left off, and we're just about ready to go here. Vinny C. teeing up the ball for the Green Jackets. He's wearing number 6, one of the trio of great kickers for the Green Jackets, which includes Vinny, Brian Bagstad, and, of course, Dan Chandler on punting. And special teams so important, you can't beat a kicking trio like the Green Jackets have. The Red and Black, this is a huge game. It's at the fairgrounds. Attendance approximately 1,000. It's a bitter cold night. And here we go as we're ready to kick off. The Green Jackets in the white jerseys. And here's Vinny's kick. Nice boot. Boy, he gets a good one with decent hang time. Taken all the way back and running. Green Jackets in great pursuit, but the Red and Black still going, and they will have great field position. First down and 10 yards to go, and let's see what the Red and Black has in store for the Jackets. The last time these two teams met for a championship was 1950 in the Eastern Football League, and the Green Jackets won that one at Watertown. So this is kind of a reunion of sorts, but of course 53 years later. How exciting. The Green Jackets, what a great season. Overall record, very impressive. 2-1 in non-league play, 8-0 in regular league play, and of course the big win against Orange County. They're trying to go 12-1 and tie for the most wins in a season here this year. Green Jackets defense ready to go. Todd Keachel is the quarterback wearing number 18 for the Red and Black. Carrying the ball right there, of course, number 7, and we'll see a lot of him, Rod Gleisner, for the Red and Black. The Red and Black, of course, wearing the black uniforms. You see the red striping as well as the numbers and, of course, the black helmets. Alex Duffy Fairgrounds is the home for the Red and Black. Alex Duffy, a former Red and Black player. Red and Black going back to 1896. And the only team in the Empire Football League that is in the NFL Hall of Fame. Why? Well, because they played a number of NFL teams in their early years. Here we go. Green Jackets defense trying to dig in once again. Look in the backfield, and he's going absolutely nowhere. Great coverage by the Green Jackets. That was number 20, of course, Eason. Eason last year, believe it or not, was a backup running back for the Syracuse Vipers. But he has come on very strong and has had a great season for the Red and Black. And he's in the backfield there, of course, with the great number 22, Al Countryman, the 10-year veteran, the man who holds the rushing record for most yards carried ever by a Red and Black player. And when you're talking over 100 years, that is absolutely fantastic. Here we go. Red and Black out of the huddle. Again, Keachel, who, by the way, a wide receiver, not a super arm, but he's known for running kind of these great running plays. And he's got a bootleg right there, and he looks and he tucks it in. Great job there, but great coverage by the Green Jackets as well. Keachel, a great wide receiver, but boy, can this guy run, and we will see him run in this game here today. Doug Black is the other quarterback, and we hope to see him in this game. And knowing this game as I do right now, you will see him later on. Black had a broken foot. He got that in the Lake City game, the first one of the season, many, many weeks ago. He's working his way back into the lineup, and he will expect to see action. You'll see him a little later on, and he will be back, by the way, with the Red and Black next year. Here we go. Watertown right now in punting formation. Al Countryman doing the booting. Boy, he's got a nice leg. That one's all the way back, taken at the 25. And he's still on his feet. He's motoring very well. Nice carry, great position. 1st and 10, Green Jackets, number 44, of course, Dan McGovern. Dan McGovern, of course, played his high school ball at South High, South Glens Falls, went down to RPI and tore it up there, and has played for the Green Jackets and some ball in Spain, professional ball in Spain in the European Federation. Great attitude, bright kid, great natural ability, keeps himself in perfect shape, and he's a fabulous teammate. Did not want to play this year because he knew with his New York City location, that he would not be able to make many practices, thought it wouldn't be fair, but the Green Jackets talked him into it, and we're glad he did. Here we go. Whitey Siska, number 12. He's calling the signals right now. You can see Dan Chandler right here closest to us in there on the screen. Here we go. Keeping it on the ground. Nice run. Nice carry there, again, by McGovern wearing number 44. The Green Jackets, if they win this game, they would move on, of course, to the Nationals. The Green Jackets, as we know now, will be playing in the Harvest Bowl tournament, which will be absolutely fantastic, and a chance for the Green Jackets perhaps to knock down a few more walls like they have this season. We'll be talking about that a little more in this half, and then later on you'll hear Chris and I talking about it in the second half. Siska taking him out of the huddle once again. Few changes here, and a couple of the linemen pointing out some things they don't like on the red and black D. Let's see what the Jackets will do. No score here, first quarter. Siska passing that one. Nice one, incomplete to Dan Chandler, almost close, but no cigar. It'll be back to the Green Jackets and back to the huddle. Again, a very cold night. Jim Willig, our general manager, came up to me and say, "I think you're going to be kind of cold, Bill." I said, "I'll be fine, Jim. I'm going to give you my jacket and my windbreaker that goes over the jacket." I said, "That's okay, Jim. I'm going to get it, and you're going to wear it now." I said, "Yes, sir." And that's what you do to the general manager of the Green Jackets. And I'm glad he did, because, man, it was cold there tonight. Here we go. Backfield right there, number 33, Keith Sylvester. Siska under center. Man in motion is Glover. Siska back, Siska keeping it. Siska still going with the football. He is not afraid to run, not afraid to be tackled. And, of course, we all bless ourselves when we see that. He's a great quarterback. We'd hate to see him go down. Green Jackets with a first down there. Empire Football League Championship. Green Jackets have only won 4 championships in league play in their 75-year history. 2 in the Eastern League, 49 and 50. And then, of course, 1969 and 1976. But remember, the 1969 championship was won in regular season play. There was no championship game. So if the Green Jackets pull this one out, this will be their second Empire Football League championship won in a championship game. Details, details. Don't you just love it? Siska staying under center. Long count. He's back. He's looking. He's throwing. Oh, has he got his man? Looks like he's got Glover. Let's see. Yes, he does. And Glover signals the first down, and we all agree. The great tandem of Siska to Glover, going all the way back to pre-high school football days. It's great to see these two work. They really work very well. Coming out, Sakima Grimes. Coming in, number 27, Mike Randall. He goes into the backfield. Green Jackets taking their time. They seem to be playing very confidently. Excuse me, folks. Siska looking around, making sure everything's fine. Doesn't seem to want to make any last-minute adjustments. Let's see what happens. Looks great. Keeping it on the ground. Number 27, Mike Randall. He found a hole, and he did very well with it. Mike Randall, 27. Last year's Iron Man for the Green Jackets. He can play both sides of the ball. Great physical condition. Great attitude. Fierce competitor, and does not like to sit on the bench. Do you, Mike? Let's see what we've got here now in the receiving corps. Well, number 3, Gabe Young. He'll play both sides of the ball tonight. Number 17, Dan Chandler. What a phenomenal year this young man has had. Not only catching the ball, but holding for point-afters and field goals. Great job in punting, playing defense as well. He can do just about anything. Randall stays in for the Jackets. They're knocking on the door. First quarter action, no score from the fairgrounds in Watertown, New York. Siska back, throws just out of the hand and a little behind, number 3, Gabe Young. Gabe Young, one of a number of Green Jackets that have had contracts with Albany, the Conquest, and Arena 2. Have been cut, but still hoping for an opportunity this coming season. Certainly when you take a look at Gabe, who can catch the ball and play defense, and Chandler, who can catch the ball and play defense, and why I'm saying that is most players in arena ball have to play both sides of the ball. They're certainly getting ready playing in this championship game here tonight. Siska always making adjustments, a great leader on the field. Watertown trying to keep the Jackets out of the end zone. Back, pitch out to Mike Randall. Mike looking for the corner. Looks like Mike gets in. It's close. Nope, the officials just marking it outside just before the cone there in the corner. Nice run by Mike Randall, though. Again, pointing out we had a little technical difficulty on the audio on the original filming of this game. What I'm doing is going over the first half with you here. We've got some great video. I'm trying to add some commentary to that, and then you're going to pick up the true excitement of the game in the second half when I'll be joined at the scene live by my partner, Chris Drennan. And that will be an interesting call in the second half of this great championship thriller. It was played on Saturday, the 18th of October. Green Jackets doing everyone proud here. Siska. Siska keeping it. Siska ducking in and then standing up. Kevin Whitey Siska for a touchdown for the Green Jackets. It's 6-0, and the Green Jackets draw first blood, and they seem very confident. You go back to last year, the Green Jackets traveled to Watertown in regular season play when both teams were in the Northern Division, and you saw what a disappointing that loss was as the Green Jackets stayed within one touchdown of Watertown all night, but just never seemed to get on track. And there was only 3 regular season losses last year. That was one of them, and perhaps the most disappointing. Bagstat's in. Barefoot kicker from the University of Albany tried to add the 7th point in this first quarter. Chandler will hold. Kicks down. Up. And that looks good, and the official makes it official. 7-0 Green Jackets right here. We're going to take a look at our sponsors right now. All the footballs this year for the home games have been paid for by the Pro and Mo Sports Shop, your preferred supplier of awards, plaques, and trophies for 27 years. Go see Punk and Mo, 151 Broadway, there in Fort Edward, for all your awards needs, all your sports needs and bowling needs in that awards category. They know exactly what to do. Great people to talk to. They'll give you advice if you're kind of unsure what to do in that area as well. Running Back, sponsored by Luisa's Italian Bistro. Homemade Italian favorites, great food, great prices. South Glens Falls, 745-5055. The offensive line, sponsored by the UPS Store. Mailboxes, etc., is now the UPS Store. All your copying and shipping needs. Hannaford Plaza on Broad Street in Glens Falls, New York. Green Jackets, once again, will be kicking off to the red and black. Red and black not on pace yet offensively, not doing quite what they want to do, making the Green Jackets work for their touchdown, but the Green Jackets right now looking fairly confident. I must say, pre-game, both teams very quiet, very intense, no cheap talk. Everybody was focused in on playing good football, both teams having tremendous respect for one another. Be a major coup if Watertown could pull off a win here. It would be the first win for Watertown in league title since 1980. And that was back in the days when Mike Britton was tearing it up in the backfield for the red and black. Mike Britton, of course, now the president and head coach of St. Lawrence Valley. Vinny's kick, another beauty, 2 in a row for him, taken way, way back at the 5. Green Jackets in pursuit. Al Countryman still motoring, wearing number 22. The great veteran cuts into the middle, does not want to go down. Al Countryman's jersey will be retired at halftime at this game here, but I had a chance to talk with Al Countryman after this game. Al had tears in his eyes as I came over to shake his hand and offer my respect to him and all that he's done on the football field. He is a great man. And the rumor now is that Al might not quite be done. They might have to climb up on the rafters and bring that jersey down for next season. And that would be great for the Watertown Red and Black and great for football. Here we go. Keachel, the quarterback, number 18. Let's see if they can put it together this time. They're keeping it on the ground. Green Jackets, though, tough to run against, especially up the middle. A number of Jackets involved in that. It will be second down, red and black. 7-0 the score if you're just tuning in. We're in the first quarter from the fairgrounds as Bill Callahan does a little bit of recreation here. We'll have regular audio for you in the second half. Again, our thanks to Charles Adams and Sandra Aubin for all their great work here, and thanks to Channel 8 and Mike Collins and company for getting this game on the following week out of schedule. We really appreciate it, and we hope you do as well. Keachel brings him out of the huddle. A great young man who's done a yeoman's job at quarterback, even though his number one talent is wide receiver. Keachel's with the football. He's keeping it. He can run. Great acceleration. He does find a corner out there, and that's very, very impressive, especially against this very stingy Green Jackets defense. The Green Jackets started their big run by the hiring of Jim Willig as general manager preseason in 2002. And Jim was able to recruit the likes of Pete Quackenbush and Tom Mayer, two classic veteran coaches. One specialty is offense, the other's is defense. They work together beautifully, and they have been responsible for so much great things happening. Is Eason with the football, and Eason is brought down. He's expected to be the major firepower on the ground tonight for the red and black, doing a lot of work here, but so far the Green Jackets seem to be ready for them. And I suspect that Pete Quackenbush had the team focused in on shutting Eason down because they feel if they can keep him shut down, and with the quarterback being primarily a run quarterback, it would force the red and black to rely strictly on Al Countryman and an occasional pass to the tight end. But you will see as this game unfolds the changes that will be made. Keachel, handoff. Again, Eason with the ball, not going too far. Tough man to bring down, but durable. You see the red and black cheerleading squad directly behind on that very cold night in Watertown, New York. The red and black versus the Green Jackets for the 2003 championship of the Empire Football League. Number 58, A.Z. Longmire, calling the signals in the defensive huddle for the Jackets. Man, it's been a great defense all season long, and the offense has really come together. A lot of great stories there. Keachel wears number 18. Long count back. Keachel, again, handoff. The running game just isn't firing right now for the red and black. Expect some changes to be made, folks, as the Green Jackets D is pumped. Eason getting up, and Eason already getting kind of tired because he's running into a stone wall up front there. A lot of great players on that Green Jackets defense as they take a breath, and you can see their breaths. That's how cold it was. It was a bitter night. And the referees with their gloves, that could be a clue right there. You can see the head of Dan Middleton down there to our right, the Green Jackets trainer. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Man in motion. Here we go. Oh, nice job there. Great view. I was looking at it from the top. It's great to see what Keachel can do when he runs the football from this angle, from the camera angle as well. So the Green Jackets defense comes off, and it looks like the Green Jackets will get ready to receive a punt. Number 44, Dan McGovern, and that's right, Green Jackets taking over on downs. I'd forgotten about that one. Okay, here we go. Number 12, Whitey Siska brings the offense onto the field. Crowd continued to pour in much through the first quarter. I think the cold weather kept a few people away. There was a lot of talk about 2,000 or 3,000 fans showing up. It's probably about 1,100 that did show up for this game, which, by the way, isn't bad, but Watertown would have liked to have seen more. Siska, he's back. He's got time. Siska looking for Larry Alberts. What a great catch. And then that ball is booted out of there and then, of course, recovered by number 57 for the Green Jackets, Drez Morse. Nice job there. Good heads up. Green Jackets retain the football. Larry Alberts has improved greatly over the season. The young man building up an experience and confidence and is becoming a real force in the receiving core of the Green Jackets. He wears number 14. And, of course, he joins Gabe Young and, of course, the great Dan Chandler, who have had phenomenal seasons, as well as great work by tight end or split end Glover. Here we go. Siska always making adjustments, always making sure his receivers knows what's going on. Keeping it on the ground, though. Nice run. Small gain, 3 or 4 yards there by number 44, Dan McGovern. Dan is tough. I mean, he just, you know, he runs the football. He gets hit by 2 or 3 guys. He pops up. He's always shaking hands with the spot here on the screen. And we're back to you. Greenjackets still with the football. Greenjackets with a 7-0 lead. Number 27. Nice run here. Look at Mike go. Oh, boy, I'll tell you. That's a great one. Mike Randall, number 27. Great to see him seeing a lot of action early in the game. You can see the Green Jackets sideline right there. Coach John Adams right there with the kind of the blue sweater on there. Green Jackets with a first down. That ball about the 36.5-yard line. Green Jackets would like to get up 14-0. Very important, especially on the road. They're trying to take the crowd out of it, and so far they're very, very successful. Here they come out of the huddle. Let's see how they're lined up. Let's see, number 17, okay. Larry Alberts is joining Dan Chandler onto the left. Gabe Young is wide right. Kevin Siska, he's back. He's looking. He's getting that off. He does a good job to say, hey, I'm not going to get this to a receiver. Let me dump it out there where it won't get picked off. Heads-up play. Kevin Siska has started all but 2 games in the last 2 years for the Green Jackets. And coming into this game here tonight, the Green Jackets have won 23. The other 2 games were started by Tony Green in June against the Sting, the Irondequoit Sting, as we used to call it. And of course, the St. Lawrence game, where Mo James did a great job in a nice running offense from quarterback. So the Green Jackets have great backup and depth in the quarterback situation. But the durability of this gentleman right here, Siska, has been unbelievable. He's back, he's throwing, takes his time. Incomplete intended receiver was Gabe Young. Green Jackets go on to postseason play, ladies and gentlemen, and they will be playing in the Harvest Bowl, and their first game is scheduled for November 1st at Eastfield against the Syracuse Express. They play in the New York Amateur League and won the New York Amateur League title. And it should be interesting to see how well that game goes, because a number of Syracuse Vipers have gone to that team, including the great Steve Scott. And I'll tell you, when you kick off to Steve Scott, look out, folks. He's going to score a touchdown 1 every 4 times he touches the football when he receives a kick. So it should be a very interesting game. Siska under center. Here we go. Siska's keeping it. Whitey Siska, number 12, then a quick pitch out. Wow. And it worked. Number 22, Sakima Grimes. He was there to get it. So the Green Jackets continue to move the ball. Successful on the pass? Nope. They're turning that one over. Successful on the pass because of a penalty. They're bringing that one back. Again, look at the officials with the gloves on. I mean, for October 18th, that's cold. Don't forget, second half of this game, we're going to have the live audio with Chris Drennan and yours truly. We wanted to bring you all of this video as well to let you know what happened in this great championship game, because this is a piece of Green Jackets history. Green Jackets come out of the huddle. They're brought back due to that pesky penalty. As the first quarter, we're winding down very quickly. 7-0 to score. The Green Jackets lead as the officials finally walk off the penalty. And we'll be ready to go here. No major changes in the formation here tonight. You got Larry Alberts going wide left and then Dan Chandler. Gabe Young inside right and then Glover. Siska drops back to the shotgun formation as he continually gives orders to the guys. He's joined in the backfield by Dan McGovern wearing number 44. Here we go. Good snap. Very good snap. Siska's got time. He winds up and throws that. Incomplete. Gabe Young again, the intended receiver. Some decent defense there by Lamont Lane wearing number 2 for the red and black. The red and black, one of the great names in minor league football history. They go back to those early years when football was in the developmental stage. And then, as the NFL developed, there were a lot of teams, and Watertown Red and Black was on the same caliber as many of those early teams just before the NFL began. They actually played Philadelphia for an Eastern Championship, same Philadelphia that joined the league and eventually became known as the Eagles. Green Jackets right now will be kicking. Because that ball will be booted at the 48, it will be a punt. Dan Chandler gets a nice one out there, goes right, and if I can remember Chris Drennan's commentary there, that was done on purpose to prevent the big run back, and that was actually a perfect punt for that situation. So the red and black will take that football deep in their own territory, 1st and 10, with Keachel remaining in at quarterback. The Fairgrounds in Watertown, New York, the Empire Football League 2003 championship game, the Green Jackets with the lead as we wind down the first quarter here. Hope you're enjoying this kind of audio recreation of a great game and a great part of history. And the neat thing, you know, I'm the historian for the team. It's a great honor for me. I'm an historian for the team. And you're looking at the new socks for the Green Jackets. And Jim Willig, the general manager, went out and found out where the Green Bay Packers got their socks. Jim being, here we go, we'll just follow this play right now as Eason runs with the football, but he doesn't seem to get too far with it. Eason wearing number 20 has really been the workhorse in the backfield for the red and black all year long. Jim, with his connections in the NFL and his work in the EFL Alumni Association, contacted the general manager up in Green Bay and said, where do you get your socks? We want the socks. He went and got those socks, distributed it to the team tonight. Not only do they look better, but it's very, very inspirational. That is the end of the first quarter with the Green Jackets leading. We'll be back. We're back. Second quarter action here. The championship game of the Empire Football League, the Fairgrounds in Watertown, New York. It is Saturday, October 18th. Bill Callahan doing a audio recreation of a great video here. In the second half, we will be back with the regular broadcast as that ball is loose, recovered by the red and black. Green Jackets defense was hoping they would pick that ball up, but it did not happen. We're just starting the second quarter, and the Green Jackets have the lead, folks, if you're just tuning in. This would be a cap to the Green Jackets season, a win for the championship. On top of that, winning against a tough Watertown team in Watertown. Doesn't get any harder or tougher than this, especially on a very, very cold night. Let me tell you, my brief playing career of 2 games and about 10 plays, it's tough when it's that stinging cold weather. Those hits get a little bit tougher, and it wears on you after a while. I'm sure these guys aren't that cold by now, but, man, I'll tell you, the weather was brutal, absolutely brutal. Little technical difficulty. A lot of this had to do with the trip, the long cord we had to run for power, etc., as Keachel throws that one. One of the few completed passes, Keachel with a nice job there, and the red and black trying to put something together and get their offense motoring. Keachel, again, as I pointed out to you in the first quarter, started quarterbacking this team. He moved over from wide receiver after the great Doug Black broke his foot in the Lake City Stars game. Now, Black is back, and he's on the sideline, and we'll see action in this game here tonight in the second half. But Keachel got him there, and it was the right decision by Coach to make sure he does it. Countryman punting for the red and black. That's not going to be a huge kick, but a good one under the circumstances for Countryman as number 44, Dan McGovern. He's looking in the middle. Dan McGovern still running. McGovern, number 44. He is fun to watch with a football, ladies and gentlemen. And the Green Jackets are absolutely pumped. And that really takes the crowd out of a game as the Green Jackets offense comes onto the field. Number 44, McGovern. What a great run back. And the officials right now are talking. The officials, as I pointed out to you, are from Scranton, Pennsylvania, the Empire Football League, and Bill Higgins. By the way, Bill Higgins, a local guy here, who actually played for the Green Jackets basketball team. Higgins is the commissioner of officials for the Empire Football League, has been since its inception in 1969. He makes sure that in key games that it's always neutral officials. So you won't see a Watertown team here. You won't see Mike Cronin coming up. You'll see a neutral group come up and do this game, and I thought they did a very, very good job under the circumstances. So, like I say, they're bringing that one. We have offsetting penalties, so everybody's doing good. 1st and 10, Green Jackets, and Green Jackets are extremely happy with that. They're leading in the Fairgrounds early in the second quarter, and I'll tell you, it has been a very, very interesting time. Oh, the dog pound in the back. Sandra Aubin has given me a cute clue here. Let me tell you, if you're a player and have to play in Watertown and you're the visiting team, it's rough. Because if you ever get down there, they call that the dog pound, just like they did in Cleveland. these folks get into the game, and a few adult beverages really kind of helps. And it was that cold that night where if I was in the dog pound, believe me, I would have had a few adult beverages as well. Here we go. Siska with the ball, handing off to Sakima Grimes. Grimes nailed at the line of scrimmage, and Siska just brings him back to the huddle, shakes it off. He's getting a signal from Tommy Mayer. Tommy Mayer is, of course, the head coach for offense. That's the best way to explain it. Pete Quackenbush, head coach for defense, both former standalone head coaches for this team. Major coup to get these gentlemen on board in the coaching area, ably assisted by Mr. John Adams, who has really done a great job under the tutelage of Pete Quackenbush, on top of his duties as director of player personnel. Sakima Grimes stays in the backfield with number 44, Dan McGovern. Siska with the ball. Green Jackets trying to score and add to their lead. In motion, Glover. Siska to Grimes. Pitch out to McGovern. McGovern gets on it. Nice heads-up play by McGovern in that broken pitch-out play. Did I say broken? Broken. Yeah, you know what I meant. There we go. It was a dry day, which was thankful. There was talk at some point that we were going to get rain and snow. We got a little bit of spitting snow, but basically it was a pretty dry evening. I came back with Dan McGovern and Pete Quackenbush. I'm not going to get into the horrid stories of that trip back other than to say we got on this kind of shortcut, quote-unquote, route over the Adirondacks, and there were deer and snowshoe hares running across the road and snow flying. Never mind the state police stories. Well, we'll get into another time. I'll use that for the banquet circuit. Here we go. Siska. Long count. Siska. He's keeping it. I thought he handed off to Grimes. Now he's throwing in the end zone. Got his man. Complete. Number 80, Glover. Great job catching that one in traffic. Magnificent. And you can see the Watertown crowd very, very quiet. You see instructions going back and forth, and we have some changes right now. Dave Jenkins comes in. Keith Sylvester comes in. And, of course, we've got the kicker, the barefooted kicker. And, man, he's got to feel it tonight with those feet, I'll tell you. Bagstad, wearing number 10. University of Albany product, All-Empire Football League. He has earned that. It was great to have him back. He was going to be going to grad school this year, changed his plans, and we're all very glad he did. And I'm sure he is, too, experiencing this championship play, as Chandler will do the holding for Bagstad. And we have a flag on the play. And everybody scratches their helmets, and we move back a few yards. No problem. Officials sort this one out. Hasn't been a lot of penalties tonight. Here we go. Again, you're missing the crowd noise because I'm doing a recreation talk-over video for the first half. We're going to have the regular play-by-play with yours truly, and Chris Drennan will, of course, be there with the great analysis that he does for the second half of this game in just a few moments. So we appreciate you being with us. But the nice thing to know is we will have this game in the archives for history, and I can't believe that somebody will be probably listening to this voice of mine in 50 or 60 years doing some research on the Green Jackets. Snaps down, kicks up. They say no good, and it is no good. So right now it is good, okay. So he comes off. Everybody's shaking hands. Looks pretty good to me. So the Green Jackets continue to add to their lead. You can see Bagstad coming off and Tommy Mayer shaking his hand. The officials now huddling right there as we go in and take a look. A lot of discussion going on here. We're in the second quarter here at the Alex Duffy Fairgrounds. And again, this one is going to be discussed as the official comes over to tell the Green Jackets bench what's going on. It looks like we're going to have the kickoff as planned. Empire Football League championship game. And it's been a great one so far if you are a Green Jacket fan. Green Jackets comfortably leading in this one. As you can see, Vinny getting ready to do kicking off chores for our Green Jackets. Watertown, New York, for you folks that haven't been there, It's about a 3-hour and 45-minute drive. It's straight across the Adirondacks, but you kind of can't get there from here comfortably. Usually go around Utica and then up the road. And I've been trying to convince Senator Little that we do need the Empire Football League Memorial Highway to cut straight across between Watertown and Glens Falls, but I don't think the folks in the environmental lobby would enjoy that very much. Here we go. The kick, nice one. Boy, he is great, consistent, deep kickoffs. That one taken, though, at about the 20-yard line. Tries to pitch that one out to Countryman. Countryman gets down there. Nice heads-up move there because that one looked like it could have been out of his hands. Al Countryman, though, on the reverse, managing to pick that one up and prevent a tragedy for the Red and Black. George Ashcraft trying for his 100th win in this game here at the Fairgrounds. 99 wins as a head coach for the Red and Black. And George was inducted in the American Football Association Hall of Fame last year. Well-deserved. A fierce competitor, also a high school wrestling coach in the offseason. Keachel remains in at quarterback, wearing number 18 for Watertown. Keachel, he's keeping it. And he hands it off, and Nowheresville for the great fullback there of the Watertown Red and Black. Greenjackets very tough up the middle. If you have a speedster, though, sometimes you can get around the corners. It's tough, but sometimes you can do it. And you really need a passing attack as well. You need the balance to beat this Greenjackets team. Only one team has succeeded this year. That's the Western Massachusetts team in the North American League. I think they just caught the Greenjackets on an off night. And there is a hope that the Greenjackets will have a chance to meet them and kind of balance things off, shall I say, in the postseason play. We can hope that that will happen. Keachel staying under center. Back. Keachel bootlegging it. Keachel still keeping it. Keachel has the speed to run. Doesn't get anywhere that time. Great coverage there, including Sportman. And number 25, Damon Walker. Damon's had a record year. He has been phenomenal on defense for the Greenjackets. Shades of his 1999 rookie year when he was an American Football Association All-American. He was fantastic. Had some good football between all that, but he's got to admit this is the best he's ever played. And still a young man in his early 20s. Isn't that great to have all that experience under your belt and still say you're in your 20s? Pretty tough for us 50-year-olds plus, you know. Here we go. Keachel. Looking for the right combination, wants to get his team on the move. They have not scored yet in the second quarter already, and they're looking to make things happen, and Keachel is mugged. Great job there by the Greenjackets. Nice demonstration going on there, and that includes number 77, Will Edwards. Will Edwards, one of the handful of Greenjackets still with the team from that great 1997 year run in the New York Amateur Football League. Will joins John Gifford, number 69. Of course, Dan Middleton as the trainer. And let's see, who am I forgetting? If I'm forgetting one person, I don't want to forget anybody. But it shows you how rosters change over a period of 6 or 7 years. Here we go. Countryman booting again. Nice punt. Good hang time, and then it takes a great bounce, a red and black bounce, across midfield, down to about the 47, and the Greenjackets will have it 1st and 10. Greenjackets leading here in the second quarter. Empire Football League Championship game from the Alex Duffy Fairgrounds in Watertown, New York. Great field, perfect field conditions. Want to thank our great sponsors, including the wide ends and tight receivers. Yeah, well, there's probably some of those, too. The tight ends and wide receivers, sponsored by our good friends, McCann's Pharmacy, your hometown full-service pharmacy on the park in Hudson Falls, New York. Free delivery 7 days a week. Don't forget, they're the last of the independents in Hudson Falls and Fort Edwards. They're right on the green. And come on, get your prescriptions there. They're great people, great family-run business. Service is the name of the game. Here we go. Siska staying under center. We're not seeing much of the shotgun so far tonight. Whitey's back. He's looking for a receiver. Throws up the middle. Guess the intended receiver was Glover. I'm not sure. I believe that one was overthrown. Could have been picked off by the red and black. Thankfully, it was not. It'll be 2nd down and 10, Greenjackets. Larry Alberts comes in. Sakima Grimes goes out. So Alberts will join Gabe Young and Dan Chandler, and of course Glover stays in there. So you got 4 very capable receivers. Think it might be a pass, but we'll see. Backfield, number 44, McGovern. He's been playing a lot tonight. He's been joined, too, very early in the first quarter by number 27, Mike Randall. Here we go. Miss that crowd noise, don't you? You'll hear it in the second half, though. Here we go. Quick pass. Dumped off to Gabe. Gabe looks inside, gets across midfield, down to the 48. Nice job with that one. Everybody else was probably well covered. Nice job by Gabe. Solid pass, direct, and quickly executed by Siska. Here we go. Quick play once again. And that one is caught. We did have a little power outage in there. As I explained to you before, ladies and gentlemen, we had to run a very, very long cable to get power to where we were up on our scaffolding to cover this game. And there's a big crowd there and a lot of kids running around and so forth. And that cable was knocked out a couple of times. And when you deal with computers and hard drives and everything else to record these games in the modern era, it's not just it's not your grandma's camera anymore, okay, folks? It's the computer age with all its advantages, but the disadvantages is once the power is restored, it takes a couple of minutes for that to come up. So we got through all that, though, in the first half. We're thrilled to be able to give you all this great video. Again, not going very far, kind of a missed handoff there. We have a flag on the play. As the Green Jackets continue to lead, we're about halfway here through the second quarter action at the Alex Duffy Fairgrounds. A very cold, cold night. Green Jackets seem to be all business, and I had a chance to talk to Coach Ashcraft after this game. This dubbing is being done after the fact, and Coach Ashcraft said, in all my years of football, I have never seen a football team so well prepared, so well disciplined, looking so sharp, and executing on every single play from beginning to end. And he says, even in losing, it makes me excited to get ready for next season. I just want to focus all my efforts on that. And it really does us very proud here in the North Country to hear somebody of his stature say that. Here we go. Oh, man, nice job by Siska, huh? Chicken soup from Chicken Feathers. He's down at the 40-yard line. Beautiful job by Whitey Siska. Green Jackets last year played 18 games, went 12-6, which is that's a lot of football, folks. And this year, the Green Jackets tried to cut down the preseason schedule a little bit to try to condense things, but boy, I tell you, the way it's looking right now, this is the 13th game of the Green Jackets, and I would be surprised if the Green Jackets play less than 17 games, maybe 18 again. These guys are going to be tired, working their jobs, taking care of their family responsibilities, practicing very hard, one of the best practice teams in this level of football, and playing these tough football games, let me tell you. Something you really, you take your helmet off to these players. Siska taking his time. Always gets up to the line, makes sure everybody knows what to do, not afraid to make adjustments, not afraid to check off. He's throwing and throwing quickly. Good to get that one off. That one, however, is picked. A very rare turnover in this game. Nice job there by Lane to pick that one off. That keeps the red and black in things. Second quarter action here from the fairgrounds. Clock continues to run. We're talking over this great video. Remember, we'll return to regular audio and video in the second half. Quarterback, sponsored by our good friends, the Post-Star, reaching 100,000 readers every single day from the Capital District to the Adirondacks. And Mr. Brownell, of course, from the Post-Star, made the trip all the way to Watertown to cover this one for the Post-Star. Linebackers, St. Anne Transportation in Fort Anne, serving you with interstate transportation coast to coast, 747-7158. Here we go. Black in at quarterback right now. Handoff to Eason. Eason, nice carry. He gets around that corner. He's brought down by number 25, Damon Young. So Dougie Black in at quarterback. He wears number 4. Black is a totally different quarterback from Keachel. Keachel, not afraid to tuck it in, can run the option, can sprint with the football. Black, more of the steady drop-back passer. I can remember back in 2000 when I was GM, we went up to Watertown. Our offense played superbly. Defense didn't have a great game. Doug Black picked us apart and won that close game. Green Jackets still wound up scoring 29 points Unfortunately, Watertown scored 33. Black throwing what he does well, almost picked off. Great coverage there by the Green Jackets, including our good friend Mo James and Julius Jackson. Julius Jackson's 5'11", 190 pounds. Great job at D-back. He has had a great year, and he was a great addition to the Green Jackets as well. Glad to have him around. Interesting side note to the Green Jackets going into the Nationals, you are allowed to add a few players when you go into national play, but the Green Jackets may only add one, two, one, or none. That's how good this team is and how well together this football team is. Here we go. Red and black keeping it on the ground. Nice run. Boy, that's a couple of great runs in a row by Eason, wearing number 20. We expected to see a lot more yardage by now from him, but I guess the Green Jackets defense has been doing the job against the run. First down for the red and black. So Eason seems to be a little bit more effective running the football when Black is in at quarterback. You can see the smoke in the background coming from the concession stand. Just in case you're wondering, that is not a fire or a big cigar. And I'll tell you, that concession stand was fantastic. They had a hot sauce on those hot dogs that burned your mouth out. It was so good. Don't you just love that color commentary? Here we go. The red and black with the football. Doug Black is now in at quarterback. They are trying to put something together here. This is a very important crossroads for them in a championship game. Green Jackets, though, have looked very, very sharp tonight. And I want to point out, too, that our great sponsors include the Pro and Mo Sports Shop, 151 Broadway. That's 151 Broadway, 27 years in business in Fort Edward. Punk and Mo do a great job. And, of course, Punk, with his great bowling background, managed bowling alleys all the way down to Latham, New York, I remember him telling me. He knows bowling, and he knows awards as well. And Punk likes to experiment and get into the new technologies, the stickers, you know, the clear stickers that can go on your window in your car and those type of things. So if you've got any request, anything that you're not sure of, give Punk and Mo a call. They'll be glad to guide you for all your awards needs. Here we go. Doug Black with the red and black in a great first down situation. From the shotgun, he takes his pick as to who's going to run that football. Doesn't get very far, however, as we unpile the Green Jackets and the red and black players. You're going to be seeing primarily Eason and, of course, the great Al Countryman, number 22. I believe we pointed out in the first quarter coverage that Countryman's jersey was retired at halftime. It was not. It was retired pregame, which was very unusual. And as I pointed out to you, Countryman, I bet you it's going to be back. Here we go. Again, from the shotgun. That one is caught. Ernest Wash, number 84. He can catch. He does a great job. Number 84, and the red and black, you can see, they feel like things are beginning to go their way. Very, very excited. They should be about their appearance in this game as well. Rod Gleisner, he's wearing number 7. And the Green Jackets right now looking very good against a very good red and black team. As I pointed out to you, last year they won 12 games overall. Green Jackets going for their 12th win in this game you're seeing right here. Can you imagine 24 wins in 2 seasons? And the second season is not over yet. Doesn't get any better than this. Coach Pete Quackenbush out there talking to his defense. Pete, of course, I like to kid him, but it's true. The terror of the Yankee Conference when he was with the Black Bears at the University of Maine. Went on to play for the great Hartford Knights in the Atlantic Coast Football League for a couple of years, and then came up here to the North Country, thankfully. And believe it or not, if I've got this right, his wife's great uncle was Dr. Moynihan, who was the first head coach of the Green Jackets. So it's interesting that this small world history of the Green Jackets continues throughout its 75-year history. Of course, Pete's wife's family is from this area. Pete, of course, played high school ball in the great state of New Jersey. Here we go. Doug Black is back. Doug Black nailed well behind the line of scrimmage. Great job there by, of course, number 60. And he was pumped up after that one. John Rowan, one of the great coaches that comes out of the Green Jackets ranks as well, coaching high school football down in the Troy, Rensselaer County area. And he was pumped up after that one. A great leader on the field. Quiet man as well. Number 55 runs off the field real quick. Number 58 comes off the field, but it was not quick enough. Greenjackets had to basically call a timeout on that. So the Greenjackets have the lead. We're winding down the first half. We're going to be going to regular audio in the second half, okay, in the third quarter. Pete Quackenbush comes out again. Of course, the Greenjackets not only want to win, they want to do it in style here. Defense has been very, very steady all season long. Only 2 games you'll look at least from the scoring point of view. The 21-0 loss to the Western Massachusetts team was a surprise. And allowing 20 points to be scored against them by Scranton was also a surprise. But other than that, the Greenjackets' defense has been stellar and absolutely awesome. Quackenbush, of course, when he got to this area, went on to become an educator here, doing a lot of coaching in many sports, including track and field. But he also played for the Greenjackets, coached for the Greenjackets, and also played for the Metro Maulers when they're in the Seaboard League. And that's where he got to know the great Dave Fleck. And we'll save our Dave Fleck stories for another time. A fierce competitor, as Countryman gets this one off very quickly. Does take a red and black bounce. And that one is going to be down, well down about the 25-yard line, where the Greenjackets will have the football, still leading and still shutting out the red and black. And still what's a close contest here, second quarter action from the Alex Duffy Fairgrounds in Watertown, New York. And we have a situation right now where we have, I believe, a roughing the kicker play, and they're bringing this one back. And, yes, roughing the kicker against the Greenjackets. It's going to be first down, red and black, and that's a great break for Watertown. Of course, Watertown had to beat Lake City. They had a week off like the Greenjackets after winning the regular season divisional title. Then they had to play Lake City for the actual trophy. They did that comfortably at the fairgrounds. And now they face the Greenjackets. They went 8-1 in their play. They played a 9-game regular season schedule. The Greenjackets went 8-0, playing an 8-game regular season schedule in the Empire League. Here we go. Black back from the shotgun. Black throws a little low, incomplete. It'll be second down and 10 yards to go. And we'll have Chris Drennan and myself from the scaffolding at the fairgrounds for the third quarter, so stay tuned for that. And what you'll enjoy on that is you will hear the crowd noise and all the background things that you miss here. But we're glad that Charles Adams and Sandra Aubin were able to put all this together and get this history down. And we wanted to bring the whole game for you because I know a lot of you couldn't make the 4-hour trip up there to Watertown to see this game. Our broadcasts, we're proud of them. They're very special, but they're even more special on an away game because we know you can't make the trips. Here we go. Nice throw. Completed pass. Wash once again. Another pass in this game. Black seem to be putting it together. Red and black right now. Hurry up offense. They're trying to move things down, but I guess we have a timeout all of a sudden. So right now, Watertown going to take stock of things. Black goes over to talk with Coach Ashcraft, and the officials get out their book and keep track of things. And those sponsors, I'll tell you, they're fantastic. I haven't gotten there yet, but I'm going to be there. Luisa's Italian Bistro. I love Italian food. And, of course, they're located right down there in South Glens Falls. Give them a call, 745-5055. Check it out. Easy to get to, great food. Offensive line sponsored by the UPS store. Mailboxes, etc. Now the UPS store. What a great combination. A great group like Mailboxes, etc., taking care of all your needs, and now they're the UPS store. It doesn't get any better than that. They'll take care of everything for you, all your copying and shipping needs. An office away from the office. And for all of us that work out of our homes, full or part-time, it is the place to be connected to. They're located at the Hannaford Plaza, Broad Street, in Glens Falls, New York. And we thank these sponsors for bringing these games all year long, as well as their regular sponsorship of the Greenjackets. Here we go. Doug Black from the red and black, wearing number 4. Different color socks, very interesting as we have a flag on the play. Pass. Was it incomplete? Just a little out of our camera view. Looks like it was complete, but I believe we have a flag back here, and we're going to see what the officials are doing. I'm broadcasting over tape, so I'm watching what you're seeing exactly on the screen here, folks, and trying to go from a little bit of memory as well. But you're getting the general idea of this as the officials consult. And they're making sure that they're making the right call. They're taking their time and trying to get it right. Kenny Hackett out there went on to break a couple of fingers in that game tonight. That's got to be painful. And that's actually a situation where the cold weather helps because it numbs your hands and you don't feel the pain. Fingers breaking are very touchy items, especially when you know you have to use your hands to push around and stay out in the field, which he did do. Kenny Hackett, 9-year veteran of this league. And here we go. And let's see what we got here. And he's, let's see. Anyways, from our camera view, and again, we're going on memory right here. Well, frankly, ladies and gentlemen, you saw it, and we see the officials' flag on the field right here as they're going to bring this one back. Anyways, Kenny Hackett's over there listening to what that call was, and we're ready to go once again. You can see from the officials' face, too, pretty cold stuff. Illegal procedure call against the red and black. The Green Jackets are going to decline this one, and it's going to be 1st and 10 Green Jackets as the red and black defense comes on the field. This one, of course, will be deep in Green Jackets territory. Let's see what they do with it as we're winding down the first half action here from the fairgrounds. Bill Callahan doing a little bit of voiceover for you just to give you a feel for that first half. The second half will be very exciting because it'll be Chris and I at the game. You'll hear the crowd noises and the excitement as the Green Jackets championship try here in Watertown is taking place. Great to be a part of it, ladies and gentlemen. Very glad you're watching here on Channel 8 here tonight. And the Green Jackets right now looks like they're taking a knee, but they're looking over at the officials right now. We're trying to sort things out. And the crowd, of course, kind of quiet because basically they were looking for their red and black to open up early and try to dominate this game. Green Jackets have done well, though. You can see Chris Drennan off to your right there. You can basically it's 10-0. Very low score for this time of game. And the officials right now making a change on the clock. And we are done. Yes, we are. We're basically done. I look.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen. Third quarter action as Scott Ford tees it up for the red and black, kicking off to the Green Jackets. Bill Callahan and Chris Drennan here at the fairgrounds. The Empire Football League Championship, Ford's kick, kind of a short one, taking a red and black bounce, picked up on the run across the 30. Dan Chandler is moving. Chandler, number 17, cuts across the middle. Chandler across the 40, brought down at the 36-yard line. 1st and 10 Jackets. Chris.
What a run by Chandler. He is pumped up as he shakes his fist, and he's ready to go here. But I'll tell you what, that was a great run by Chandler. No indecisiveness there, just straight north-south running, and then using his blockers and then making a cut at a 45-degree angle and taking it right to where he did. Using a stiff arm and almost able to break free and go for the touchdown. But great field position once again for the Jackets as they start from the Watertown red and black after a penalty down to, I believe, what is it, the 20-yard line, Bill?
Yeah, 20-yard line. Somebody said something about something, and the red and black, and they brought him back. And the official threw the flag after the play was down. So the Green Jackets in fantastic field position. The ball down at about the 21-yard line. Whitey Siska brings him out. Whitey has been jacked up for this game and think needs to settle down just a little bit here because when he can find his man Chandler, it's going to be unbelievable. Here we go. Whitey Siska, number 12. He's calling, let's see, for Glover to go in motion. Gets it off. Pitch out high, but taken by McGovern. McGovern shakes loose. McGovern looking for room to the left. McGovern across the 10, flags on the field.
Yeah, that's going to be on the Green Jackets, and they're going to bring that back. That was McGovern using his vision and able to cut it back and actually go opposite side of the field of where the play was designed to go. But when you do that, sometimes you get the defense turning their back. Hang on, wait a minute. Oh, it is. Looks like it was a face mask, I believe, on the red and black. So they're going to tack some additional yards on that play. But that was just a great job by Dan McGovern making something out of nothing.
We're here high on the scaffolding on the visitors' side of the field at the fairgrounds in Watertown, New York. Bill Callahan along with Chris Drennan. The Empire Football League Championship game, if you're just tuning in, 14 minutes, 16 seconds. The Green Jackets lead 10-0. Actually didn't feel that way in the first half. It felt like the Green Jackets were more dominant than by 10 points.
This penalty seems to be going back and forth here. Looks like it's going to go against the Jackets right now, and it's going to be brought all the way back to the 36-yard line.
Yeah, I was told preliminarily that it was going to be against the red and black, but apparently it was against the Green Jackets, and they are going to back it up. But nonetheless, great field position for the Jackets still to start this first drive of the second half. If the Jackets can turn this into some points, particularly 7 points with a touchdown, then it's definitely going to change the complexion of this game and really put them in the driver's seat.
Well said. Whitey Siska brings him out of the huddle. He's going to be under center. Wide right for the Green Jackets is Gabe Young, and number 80 as well. Oh, some food down there on the sidelines. Very interesting. I couldn't eat when I played. Let's go. Nice pass to Glover from Siska. He's brought out of bounds at the 26-yard line. Nicely done. Still a lot of real estate to make up here, though. 25-yard line.
Well, I'll tell you what, right now, if they gain just a few more yards, or even if they don't gain any more yards, they're in field goal range for Brian Bagstead, so we should see at least a 3-point attempt here if they're unable to convert a first down.
Here we go. Green Jackets, I'm sure, though, are going to be going for the pass once again. Yeah, Glover again, and Gabe Young again wide right. We got Larry Alberts and Dan Chandler wide left in the backfield. We've got Whitey Siska from the shotgun. Dan McGovern right by his side. Man in motion. Larry Alberts. Siska with the ball. Siska's tucking it under. He's back out of bounds almost at the line of scrimmage. No gain there, and now we're going to have to try for the long field goal, I guess.
Well, no, it's third down now, Bill.
Third down?
No.
Okay. I'm trying to look for those markers over the heads here.
Yeah, no, that was Curtis Utley with the pursuit there on Kevin Siska. Kevin Siska did a great job with the fake on the handoff. Fooled just about everybody but Utley, and Utley's got great lateral speed and was able to run Kevin Siska down and force him out of bounds, bringing up the third down play. But it fooled everybody but one guy. Otherwise, it would have been a first down for Siska.
Trying to look over here. We're up top the scaffolding here, and the cameras here as well as Chris and I, and assistant coach Anthony Presley is with us as well. He's on the headphones down to the sidelines, which isn't really too far from here. Here we go. Siska again in the shotgun. McGovern again in the backfield. We got 4 guys going out for a pass in the same positions. No changes. Long count, low snap. Siska picks it up. He's throwing this time. He's looking in the corner. He's got Chandler. Beautifully done.
Yeah, and that was a great job. Siska rolled to his left, was under heavy pressure and was hit as he threw, but was able to find Chandler waiting for the ball to come down for the first down. Brings up first and goal for the Jackets. Good play by Siska.
Well done. 27, Mike Randall coming in to join the fray. And let's see, coming off Larry Alberts. So we're getting down in towards the short yardage type of situation. Probably going to see a run. Mike Randall been seeing a lot of action in the first half, particularly effective in this game. Great to have him back on the roster. Started the year with the Green Jackets, took some time off. He is now back. Green Jackets go back to the huddle. A good crowd here at the fairgrounds, kind of quiet. Had an opportunity at halftime to speak with so many people here that I've known, including Deputy Commissioner and Secretary David Birch. We talked with Butch Keller earlier, of course. Deputy Commissioner Al Dole and his wife Jane here. Mary Boyce, great job. She did the presentation with Al Dole of the trophy last week for the Southern Division Championship Green Jackets team. And John Kennedy was here, along with Paul Seeley from Syracuse. Everybody telling stories. And the bottom line here is everybody is greatly impressed with the play of A.Z. Longmire, Will Edwards. Just a lot of credit to a lot of Green Jackets players. Had a chance to speak with Mike Glens and his wife Sherry. Mike, of course, the former 3-time Coach of the Year, twice in the Empire League and once in the New York League. Head coach of the Green Jackets. He's here. He lives down in the Syracuse area. So it's kind of like a who's who on this level of football, Chris.
Oh, definitely, Bill. It definitely is. And great to see all of them here and able to watch this game tonight, which is a great final for the Empire Football League Championship. They've seen a great first half, and they're watching a great second half, and they're seeing a Green Jacket team that appears to be a team of destiny right now as they're playing with the lead and looking to go in for some more points. So, no, it's just a great game and a great atmosphere tonight, and it's just it couldn't be a better night for football.
The Nationals is a topic that you brought up before, Chris. Green Jackets taking a very serious look at it. In fact, probably 99% committed. I was talking with Coach Mack of the Lake City Stars, who lost to Watertown last week here at the fairgrounds. He is considering the possibility of getting into the Nationals. He has a great record with 9 wins. And if he does, he would host the game with the Greenjackets. So he's going to bring that back to his board this week. So we'll have to see what goes on.
Yeah, Nationals is a whole nother season. And we saw the Greenjackets last year go all the way to the finals of Nationals, losing in the national championship game to the Marlboro Shamrocks. So a whole nother season, a whole nother opportunity for the Greenjackets here. Not depending upon what the outcome is tonight, more than likely they will be going to Nationals, and we'll see that happen in mid-November, if I'm not mistaken, right, Bill?
Yeah, that's correct, and we're very excited about that. And, of course, Chris, you and I had a chance to do 3 great games last year, Greenjackets winning 2 of those. Siska brings them out of the huddle right now. Greenjackets knocking on the door. We have a little over 12 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. A 10-0 Greenjackets lead. The crowd beginning to warm up here again, keeping it on the ground and getting nowhere. And they were ready for the run up the middle, and this is a stingy defense as well. Only Orange County has been able to score readily against this Watertown team this year. And you heard Coach Ashcraft talk about the fact that this championship game, if he wins it, would be his 100th win. So many things on the line on both sides of the field for this game here tonight in Watertown, New York. But if the Greenjackets happen to hold on for the win, first championship since '76, 12th win for only the 3rd time in their 75-year history, and the first win in Watertown since 1986. 3 big stumbling blocks will fall. Let's see if they can hold on to it and add to the score here. Whitey's back, got plenty of time. He's looking, he's throwing, batted down, incomplete, intended receiver, Gabe Young. Good defense by the red and black.
Right, and that was good defense by the red and black, number 2, and that's the number we've called earlier this evening. I believe he had a pick, was I'm not mistaken, yeah, earlier, number 2, and that's Lamont Lane. Also a great hit on Dan Chandler earlier or late in the first half, 2nd quarter. So he's a definite asset to the defense of the red and black. And once again, we saw that there with the pass breakup by number 2, Lamont Lane.
Here we go. 11 minutes and 2 seconds, I should say. We have these headsets on, but let's see what we got. We've got ourselves a timeout, Greenjackets, and probably a smart move. They do not want to waste this opportunity. This is a low-scoring game, and don't want to do anything that could lose that opportunity. A little music playing in the background, carrying very well over on this side of the field, I might add. And at least it's my era, though, Chris.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never heard this song before. Maybe you can tell me a little bit about it, man.
I'll tell you, ladies and gentlemen, championship games going on. The Monroe County Sting that the Greenjackets beat in preseason this year is playing the Syracuse Express for the New York Football League Championship, the amateur league. We wish them well. They were a worthy opponent. Greenjackets finally beat them in the 3rd quarter of hard play at that game at East Field. Also, Pudgy Walsh and his Brooklyn Mariners are hosting the championship game for the Garden State Football League, and I just got volume in my headset. I love it. At least one. That's beautiful. Thank you. So a lot of championship games going on there. National rankings at stake. And, of course, if the Greenjackets win tonight and win on the road, that will help their cause. Here comes Siska out of the huddle. Big 3rd down play for the Greenjackets. Crowd beginning to come to life. Whitey Siska rolling out. Whitey looking for a man. He's got one. Touchdown, Greenjackets. Number 14, Larry Alberts. Man, has that guy come alive or what?
I'm telling you, I knew we'd be calling his name out tonight, and we had talked about it earlier, that he's kind of the forgotten man maybe on the offense there as they're keying on Dan Chandler and Gabe Young. Larry Alberts is very capable, and he's shown us that throughout the season, and there's a case right there, a big touchdown for the Greenjackets. 16-0, looking to make it 17 with Bagstad's extra point.
Great work for this young man, working very hard and diligently all year. He has really become one of the keys in the passing offense of the Greenjackets, and he caught a pass and a tough one in traffic for the touchdown. 16-0, Jackets. Bagstad in to add the extra point with 10:54 remaining, 3rd quarter. Kick is up. Whistle blows. Officials say it's good. 17-0 to score. Greenjackets are in control. Certainly this one's far from over, though, Chris.
Oh, it is far from over because red and black did not make it here by just accident alone. They were very capable, and of course they've only lost 1 game this season, so they've beaten some very good opponents. I expect him to not give up till the very end. But what we did have right there was the first series of the second half for the Green Jackets, and they did exactly what they wanted to do, which is take the ball and drive it down the field and put it in for a touchdown. So 17-0 is a lot bigger advantage and better advantage than 10-0. Even though it's only 7 points more, it's a big, big victory morally for the Green Jackets and emotionally. And I can tell you right now, it's a moral victory, and the red and black are flat right now, as we can hear that the crowd is really pretty quiet. We just hear the music, but we don't hear much from the crowd.
Absolutely. American bands playing in the background, ladies and gentlemen. Vinny C getting ready for the kickoff for the Jackets. Right now, take a look at deep right now for the red and black. Let's see, Al Countryman and number 2. And
Lamont Lane.
Yeah, Lamont Lane, that's right too. Here we go. Whistle blows. Vinny lines it up, puts a boot into it. Nicely taken over to Lane's side at about the 5. He's keeping it. Lane's got some great speed. What wheels on this young man? He brings that out to the 25. And it's going to be 1st and 10, red and black. And this is going to become a critical series offensively for Watertown, especially against this stingy Green Jackets defense. If they can't put points on the board here, time is going to start pressuring them to do things they don't want to do.
You're right, and critical indeed. And it'll be interesting to see what kind of adjustments they made at halftime for their offensive unit to try to get rid of that goose egg on the scoreboard and crack that stingy Green Jacket defense that we've seen all season.
Well put. Congratulations for the season. Win or lose, go out to the coaching staffs of both these teams. They've really worked hard, and we'll get into the red and black on that in a moment. Speaking of black, Doug Black is in there at the quarterback right now for Watertown. Handoff to Eason. Eason comes out to about the 32-yard line, where it's going to be a good field position. Eason beginning to open up his game a little bit. Alfred was where he played college ball. Oswego high school ball. And 1 year with the Vipers. Hard to believe we didn't see his name and call his name more against Syracuse last year, Chris.
Right, no, you're right, Bill. And Eason's a name we're going to have to hear the rest of the second half for the red and black if they're going to get back into the game. They've got to get him in the game, and they've got to use him. They've used him all season long, and they've got to ride his back into the end zone. He's got to run the ball more.
Here we go, keeping it on the ground once again. Thrown for a loss, however. Green Jackets were ready and waiting to snuff that play out as a red and black player, very slow and getting up off the field, and that is Eason, number 20. Just kind of roughed up and favoring one leg. He will trot off the field right now to take a breath, and there'll be somebody in to replace him in a moment. I think he's fine. Just handled pretty roughly by about 3 Green Jackets there. Yeah, it's Eason, number 20, and it's Wash in the receiving position. They seem to be the 2 favorites so far. Otherwise, Watertown has not been able to generate much on offense. Doug Black, number 4. Here we go. Handoff. Looks like the Countryman. Not much of a gain. Well, they're saying a good one, but not a big one. And the markers are on our side, so we have to kind of look around a few folks. But it looks like 1st down for Watertown, so he had enough to do it. Yeah, he did. Wow, surprised.
Yeah, just barely, but not before a hard hit there from A.Z. Longmire, who actually laid the hit on Easton the play before. So Longmire has been doing well from his linebacker position to come up and fill holes and lay the hits on guys. And I'll tell you what, when you're down 17-0 in this temperature, every time you get hit, it hurts a little worse than when you're up 17-0. And Easton's feeling that more. I guarantee you, if they were winning the game, he wouldn't have been feeling it as much as he was.
Black, quick pass, safety pass off to the left. Not much of a gain, however, maybe a yard or 2 before he's out of bounds. By the way, I'd like to point out that the officials for tonight's game are from the Scranton, Pennsylvania area. They always try to have neutral officials in these playoff games, Chris.
Well, yeah, Bill, and I was trying to get the names of the gentlemen so we could announce them prior to the game and just wasn't able to do so. But the officials this season have done a very fine job, and you have to commend them. There hasn't been one game that I can think of where the officials have really made some calls that have really changed or decided the outcome of the game that weren't the right calls. So they've done a fine job all year, and they deserve to be commended for that.
They sure do. Thanks also goes to Commissioner of Officials Bill Higgins of the Empire League and Deputy Commissioner Al Dole, who's on the Rules Committee and has been working very hard to coordinate the coaches with the officials. Here we go. 2nd down, about 9 yards to go for the red and black. Wash, the receiver. He gets it at the 40. Good second effort, brought out of bounds, about 2 yards shy of a 1st down. Again, that's Black to Wash.
And right now, Watertown moving the football, but time wheeling away. 7:21 remaining, clock runs here in the third quarter.
Well, we saw another wrinkle there from the Green Jackets defense. They're a very attacking defense. I like to call it a pit bull style defense because they're always attacking with blitzes. And right there we saw a corner blitz from Julius Jackson, which actually left the corner open a little bit before some help was able to get over there, and that's why that pass was completed. But they do blitzes off the corners, they do blitzes with the linebackers, and also, of course, we've seen Damon Walker very successful all season long with blitzing from his safety position.
Look out, Black is back. He throws, he gets his man, looks like Wash. Wash is still running. Boy, he was hard to bring down. He passed past midfield down to about the 45, 44-yard line. Absolutely huge. That was a great, great pass.
Yes, it was, too. And, I mentioned about the style of defense the Jackets play with all the blitzes, but they do a lot of other twisting and everything else in on the line. But what they do is they have such a complex defense, which means that, the opposing offenses have a hard time in figuring it out, and that's due to some great homework by the coaches and the staff of the Green Jackets. Pete Quackenbush and John Adams in particular, too, has also helped out there, and they've done a fine job in structuring this defense and keeping opposing offenses off balance.
Wash and Keachel. Yes, Keachel, the former quarterback, now back in his wide receiver position left, but they're keeping it up the middle and running the football. Gain of about 3 or 4 yards. Not a big play. Look for Keachel, number 18, to see more action receiving. He's been open on 2 consecutive plays as a wide receiver. I don't think anybody's keying in on him, but if he happens to catch that football, he is gone because we saw his speed at quarterback earlier in the game, Chris.
Yeah, you're right, Bill, but we're seeing a lot of running now by the red and black, and I think they're saying, hey, we're down 17-0, and we're going to just try to run it down your throat, and you're going to have to stop us. So we're seeing a big power struggle here and a stand trying to be made by the Jackets defense. This is a very important or a very interesting series.
Here we go. Yep, keeping it on the ground once again. Crash. Gain. Huge gain, and getting close to that first down. Red and black, you're right, Chris, looking very good. The run is being established. If they do that every down, they'll march the ball right down the field.
Oh, I agree. I don't know why I didn't see this earlier on in the ball game. They seem to be a little bit indecisive on what they wanted to do rather than just try to pound it. Either way, if it's 3 downs and out, whether you do it the way that it's got you here all season or you try to mix it up and vary what your offense was, it's still a punt if you don't get the first down. They should have stuck and done this run game right from the very beginning.
Okay, here we go. We got Eason back in. Let's see if he carries with the football. Yes, it is. Eason following his man, but brought down from behind by A.Z. Longmire.
Yeah, AZ's been doing that all series. This series, he's been causing havoc there in the backfield and making big hits. And he's really on top of his game right now, but he seems to be a little bit hobbled as he's favoring his left foot and coming out of the game. They're going to have to get somebody else in there for AZ.
Thankfully, a lot of depth on both sides of the ball for the Green Jackets right here. Looks like 77, Will Edwards coming in to take that spot. 4:25 remaining. Clock continues to run. 17-0 the score. The Green Jackets ahead. But right now, Watertown pushing. Let's see if they can push it all the way in. Keachel coming out of the huddle, wide left. In fact, we've got 3 receivers lined up right here. We might be seeing a pass. Doug Black, back, drop back, looking right. He is brought down. Nice job there. Number 95, Night Train Jones with a sack.
Yeah, the Jackets just put an all-out blitz on, and the red and black offensive unit just wasn't able to pick up everybody, and they left Night Train Jones on the end there to come back in and pressure Black and make him force it into the ground and turn the ball over on possession to the Green Jackets. An outstanding stop by the Jackets defense, and another, albeit small, but a small nail in the coffin of the red and black as the clock keeps ticking and we're in the third quarter midway through.
Hey, Night Train. Night Train. Everybody's coming up right below us right here. This defense is really pumped up. They have shut out. They've pitched a shutout here with 4 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Green Jackets leading 17-0. And right now, the Jackets take over and down. They have a great field position. The ball at the 38-yard line. Whitey Siska making some last-minute adjustments. Green Jackets are going to try to score again. Glover in motion. He sets, and we're ready to go. Handoff to Dan McGovern. 44 McGovern across the 50, out of bounds at the 49-yard line. Boy, oh boy.
Yeah, he's showing you explosive speed there around the end, which is what McGovern has. Not only is a hard-nosed runner up the middle, but he's able to turn the corner. And when he turns the corner, he puts the jets on, and you saw him right there, just on the near sidelines, right in front of us. So we were really able to get a good feel for that, how he just turned that corner and exploded for those extra yards down the sidelines.
Absolutely. The view here is unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen, and we hope you're getting a nice perspective from the camera as well. The ball positioned at the 48-yard line. The Green Jackets with the football, 1st and 10. Green Jackets with a 17-point lead, 3:44 remaining, third quarter. We're at the fairgrounds with the Empire Football League Championship. 4th year in a row, the EFL Championship has been on Channel 8, and we hope you're enjoying this one here tonight. And again, McGovern running. McGovern, I don't know where he finds the holes. All the way down to the 30-yard line, another first down by Big Dan.
Well, I'll tell you what, Easton may have put up some very good numbers for the red and black, but I'll tell you what, if Dan McGovern had been here all year, I believe he probably would have put up better numbers than Easton did. What you see right there is vintage Dan McGovern. He explodes through that hole so quick, even if there's the smallest of holes, that the defensive linemen don't even have time to converge on him, and he's already into the linebackers and then moving in towards the defensive backs. And that's just explosive quickness on Dan McGovern's part.
Here we go. Green Jackets in great field position. Ball at the 30. 2:55 remaining. Third quarter. Whitey Siska. And who's got it? Yes, McGovern once again. 3 runs in a row. Small gain there. By the way, we heard at halftime that our defensive end, Mr. Hackett, broke a couple of fingers in the first half, which we didn't even know he was injured. His wife told us that, and something to keep an eye on. I'll tell you, they may not be a big part of the body, but broken fingers hurts.
Yeah, it hurts, but I'll tell you what, in a championship game, you worry about it afterwards. Not to mention the fact that it's 30-something degrees out here, so you don't even need to ice it. But believe me, his fingers, he could care less about it right now. He'll worry about that after the game. He's fine. He's got his hand wrapped up, but I'll tell you what, he could care less right now. He wants to play in this game, and he wants to win this championship.
No question. McGovern again with the football. 4th run in a row. He's down to about the 25-yard line. We're 1:59 remaining, 17-0 to score. The Green Jackets could be on the way to their first championship since 1976. 1976, I was fresh out of college. Year before I got married, I was working for Pilgrim Airlines as director of air cargo services. Pilgrim hasn't been around since 1986, the same year that the Green Jackets won their last game in Watertown. You see how my life just dovetails with football?
Pilgrim Airlines, huh?
Yeah, Pilgrim Airlines.
Was a plane dubbed the Mayflower? Was that the...
We had a big hat with a buckle on the tail, honest to God.
That was definitely before my time, Bill.
Okay, Siska, here we go. Siska keeping it. He's looking. He's throwing. Picked off almost. Wow.
What you saw there was a great example of the offensive player becoming the defensive player. And if it weren't for Glover's quick thinking and thinking defensively and knocking the ball away from the defender, we would have seen an interception there. Great job by Glover just to knock that ball incomplete.
Okay, Green Jackets right now going to try to add 3 points to this. We've got Bagstad in. Bags is in, and that foot's got to be numb about right now. I've got a sock and shoes on and my feet are numb. I don't know how he can walk around here in the grass that's wet. And right now, he's going to be positioning that football at about the 34-yard line, so it's going to be a 43, 44-yard attempt right in between there. Let us see what he does. He certainly has had the leg for it tonight based on his PATs. They've gone far. Boom, blocked. Woo! And that's a breath of air for the red and black. They've got to feel good about that, and they hopefully can build on that because they're going to have to start building quickly. With 1:03 remaining in the third quarter, the Green Jackets lead 17-0. Red and black deep in their own territory, and they may start to look at plan B.
Well, yeah, you're right, Bill, but they needed something positive to come away with on that drive where McGovern was just running right through them. And blocking that kick was a big victory for them. Maybe it'll give them some kind of momentum, at least something to work with when they get the ball back here on offense. Not a big thing to keep 3 points off the board right now, but a big victory for them just to stop the Jackets from putting anything on the board. Hey, while we pause for the change of possession here, let me mention the sponsors once again for us, because we've been very gracious sponsors, and we've been really lucky to have sponsors with us like this all season long, and particularly tonight as well. So I'd like to mention that the wide receivers and tight ends are sponsored by McCann's Pharmacy, your hometown full-service pharmacy on the park in Hudson Falls, and they have free delivery 7 days a week. And then the quarterback is sponsored by the Post-Star, reaching 100,000 readers every day from the Capital District to the Adirondacks.
Also, folks, we want to acknowledge, no matter what happens for the rest of this game, the Green Jackets defense this year has been extraordinary. And with the possible exception of that Western Massachusetts game, it's been consistent throughout the entire year. And credit to the defense, of course, goes to Pete Quackenbush, the associate head coach for defense. But it also goes to John Adams, who has worked diligently and very hard to come up to great ability and coaching to be able to call the plays and really know defense backwards and forwards.
You beat me to the punch on that because I was waiting for a good break to mention this. I had a talk with John Adams for about 2 hours during the week, and we just talked about it. I mean, it was amazing. It was a good 2-hour conversation that just flowed, and we weren't lacking anything to talk about. But I know John is not only a big student of the game, but he loves the game of football, and the countless hours that he puts in is not the glamorous stuff we're talking about here. He studies things. He works hard at learning the plays and learning. Right now he's on the defense, and I'm sure next thing coming up is probably is to work on the offense. But he's done a great job there, but he's done an outstanding job in the personnel department.
Yes.
John has scoured the outlying area in a radius of 100 miles or so, but he's gotten to know the coaches and the staff at RPI, at Hudson Valley, at University of Albany, at Union College, and has a great relationship with them. He's a great personable guy to get along with, and he's just found the talent. And now he's got it to the point where the talent's finding him, and that's just due to his tireless effort and the hours he puts in on his own. When people aren't even working, John's working hard.
No, well put, both as director of player personnel and as assistant coach on the defense. John Adams, just another one of those people who have delivered on this football team this year and made this year and last year so successful for the Green Jackets. This is Bill Callahan and Chris Drennan here as we wind down the third quarter of the championship game here. And I tell you, this is absolutely fantastic. I mean, we're all cautiously optimistic. I mean, let's not pretend here. Chris and I are Green Jackets announcers. We certainly respect and love the other team as we do the Watertown Red and Black, and I consider George Ashcraft one of my friends as the Watertown Red and Black calls a timeout. But, of course, we want to see the Green Jackets win. I mean, I'm not even going to pretend about that. But Green Jackets fans are cautiously optimistic at this point with 16 minutes and 3 seconds left in the football game. That maybe the Green Jackets can hold on and win this title. And this would be a huge year for the Green Jackets if that was happening. And right now you've got Coach Quackenbush out talking with one of his players as the Red and Black, takes its time. They want to take full advantage, Chris, because, hey, if they don't score in this drive, I don't know. Very, very interesting time.
Well, they do need to score on this drive, but they also need to try to make a score maybe with a little bit of a diligence and try to hurry to get some points on the board. I mean, we've got a minute left to go in the quarter, but they've got to put something. They've got to get some kind of momentum going, basically, is what has to happen. They haven't really done a heck of a lot so far, so they need something positive. And right now they're backed up with about 90-something yards to go. So, a quarter to go, and with this drive coming up, they definitely got to get a first down. We've seen a very speedy game so far this season, tonight. So. There we are right there.
There we are. Hello. Hi, Mom.
You probably see our breath as, it's...
It's nippy out here tonight, isn't it, Chris?
Yeah, and I don't think it's this cold back home. I thought I dressed appropriately for tonight, but I should have worn triple layers of socks because right now I can't even feel my feet. They're probably white as sheets.
Want to say hello to the whole gang at Boston Scientific? There.
Well, if you're going to do the hello thing, I mean, I'm going to say hi to Ashley and Megan and my wife Colette, who are at home. And if I get a copy of this out to my dad out in California, my sister as well, hi to them as well. So, but what a great night. I mean, I wish they all could be here. This is just a great night for football. And we're way up here in the North Country. And to see the excitement around here on the field and in the Empire Lake Football Championship with the Green Jackets in their 75th season, I mean, it's just like a storybook ending right here if the Jackets can pull through and wrap up this game in the fourth quarter.
You go back to 1969 when Jim Willig flew a group down to help form the Empire Football League down in Poughkeepsie, New York that spring. And, of course, we told you the story on Green Jackets Huddle about how the plane didn't make it all the way back comfortably, kind of a quick emergency landing.
Was that Pilgrim Airlines, by the way?
No. But it was hard to believe that when they formed that league, with teams from the Hudson Valley, that it would go on and grow and become one of the premier leagues in the United States.
Hey, do they teach you how to lose the bags? Is that part of your training when you're a cargo?
The pilots, I was director of cargo and baggage, and the pilots used to crucify me. It was brutal. You know, here he is. Did you get your master's in bagology? You know, it's always been that way between pilots and ground crew.
And they only serve turkey dressing and cranberry sauce to the passengers on that airline?
They, I don't know where the Pilgrim name came from, because it was actually a Connecticut-based airline, not Massachusetts. But anyways, we'll have more on that. Okay. We've got 1 minute and 3 seconds left. And right now, the official talking with Coach Tommy Mayer. You hear the Watertown crowd very excited about what's going on right here. And they're marching this all the way out. And this is huge, because this is going to be first down, and we don't know what it is, frankly, folks. Ball's now at the 33-yard line. Chris Drennan going to go check out what this call is. Hey, Whitey, what was that?
It was tipped at the line, and nobody returned it. And when we down it, it goes back to the original line of scrimmage. If they did return it and we tackled them, then they would be down it, but nobody returned it.
Quarterback Whitey Siska explaining that one, Chris.
Which makes sense now that I think about it. It was blocked, so the line of scrimmage is where the snap or where the ball was placed at, because it was a block kick. It's not down like a punt down there at the 5 or inside the 5-yard line, so it was the right call. I don't know what they had to do to talk that over to figure that out, but it was definitely the right call, so it does move them up a further and better field position than being backed up against their own end zone.
1st and 10, the ball right now at the 33-yard line. Great opportunity for the red and black to do something, and they're going to have to do it pretty quickly. We got 1 minute and 3 back on the clock. The clock had wound down to 57 seconds, so they've gotten that straightened out. Thus, the long display here as we wind down the 3rd quarter from the Alex Duffy Fairgrounds. Beautiful field right here that is primarily used right now by the red and black. Watertown High School plays on its own field, and we had the opportunity on Channel 8 to do a high school game over there back in '98 when Queensbury was on the run. And directly behind us here in the scaffolding is the baseball stadium, home of the Watertown Wizards of the New York Collegiate Baseball League, the same league that Charles Adams has placed a team in for Glens Falls, the Adirondack Golden Eagles. So this facility will see a lot of Glens Falls activity over the course of the next many years. Here we go. The legalities are out of the way. We're ready to play football once again. 1st and 10 at the 33. Doug Black back. Doug Black hands off and swap behind the line of scrimmage. Major loss. Greenjackets defense was ready.
Yeah, Damon Walker and friends were the guys who actually put the stop on Countryman, and they just annihilated him. Basically, it was a wave of green and gold overwhelming Countryman and backing him up. So the Jackets defense are fired up. They're trying to stay loose here a little bit, because as cold as it is and that long delay, you can have a tendency to tighten up. So you got to watch for some pulled muscles, but they're fired up, and the Jackets are certainly geared up and ready to shut down the offense here of the red and black. 2nd
down and 15. Black back in the shotgun. Looks like he's got Eason back there, help blocking. And that pass to Wash, overthrown, almost could have been picked off, but again, overthrown, incomplete. We're now 3rd down and 15, and the red and black in a must situation with 21 seconds remaining in the quarter.
And how many times this season have we seen the Jackets defense completely unnerve and upset opposing quarterbacks and their offensive game plan like we're seeing tonight? I mean, we've seen it so many times before, and this is no exception. Red and black can't figure out what to do.
Boy, oh boy. Here we go. Red and black. Going to have to be a pass, I would imagine. Although I believe it's Eason there in the backfield with Black. He's going to have the opportunity to hand it off, but no, he's looking for a receiver. He throws to Wash. Wash traps it. Wash traps it. We're waiting for the officials' call. They say complete. Of course, the Greenjackets say trap. We're all pretty close to this one. That was pretty darn close, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I can't make it out since his back was to us, whether he trapped it or not, but it was awfully low to the ground. I don't know if he slid his hands underneath it or not, but we don't have replay, and we can't second guess really, and they're going to give him the completion, and that's going to take us to the end of the quarter. So we got 1 quarter of football left to go for the Empire League Football Championship, Bill.
Back with the final quarter, Greenjackets leading 17-0. Back after this. Okay, right now, Black in the shotgun. He's looking, he's throwing, complete. Nicely done in traffic. Keachel, the receiver, and they're in a hurry-up offense right now.
Green Jackets go back to their line. They're taking their time, trying to slow this down. Ball right now at the 46-yard line. Black in the shotgun once again. Trying to make this happen. Black looking. He's throwing again. Safety pass out there to Wash. Wash still running. Wash! Ernest Wash. He's got one man to beat. He's in for a touchdown. Wow, and he dives into the crowd. Unbelievable.
Well, that's exactly what the red and black needed if they're going to get back into this ballgame with some kind of quick hit. Of course, it was a quick screen out to the to Wash out on the sidelines, who actually caught the ball while he was taking a knee, stepped up, and I don't know how he found the room, but he was able to find room and scoot down the sidelines, had good speed, and was able to get in the end zone. So this game ain't over, folks, by any means. The red and black are coming back.
Yeah, they really are. They don't need that to happen at all. Countryman doing the holding. Scott Ford going to do the kicking. He's going to try to make it 17-6, and with the crowd here, Watertown is back in this game very quickly. Hold is good. Kick, no good. Blocked, and that's a great break for the Green Jackets. And right now, Green Jackets hold a 17-6 lead with 14:28 remaining. And Chris, let's pick up on that point again. They needed to score, and they did it in a dramatic fashion. And it proves that hurry-up offense is kind of something that they should continue to play too.
Well, for two reasons. First of all, the clock is their enemy right now. But second of all, they need to do something to break up the rhythm of the Green Jackets defense. And that's what they did right there, is just kind of quick hit, and that's what they did. Of course, right now, they're kicking back off to the Jackets. The Jackets are going to be on offense. I think what we're going to see right now when the Jackets get their hands on the ball again is we're going to see a heavy dose of Dan McGovern. They're going to feed Dan McGovern to them every play. I wouldn't be surprised, and just see if they can stop him. But more importantly, too, what you need to see is the Jackets getting two hands on that football. They can ill afford to turn the ball over with a fumble or an interception right now.
The other thing we have to keep playing in the background, and you pointed it out, partner, Green Jackets have used a couple of timeouts already. If this game gets close and tough decisions have to be made, advantage red and black.
Definitely. One thing I said, we're going to see a dose of Dan McGovern, and I don't think that timeout's going to really hurt him too much right now. Of course, that remains to be seen. They have one left. But running back by committee, we've seen it this season, works so well for the Jackets with Sakima Grimes and Andre Wyatt in the running back position, and now you factor Dan McGovern back in there. McGovern's healthy. He's fresh right now, particularly at this time of the ball game. He's pretty fresh, and that's when they can really use him to really explode through there and get big gains.
Kind of a funny kick by Ford, taken on the hop by Chandler. Chandler's across the 35, 40, almost 42-yard line. Some great blocking out there as well by the Jackets.
That kick was intended to stay out of Dan McGovern's hands, and that's exactly what they tried to do, and it worked to their advantage. I mean, they put it to Dan Chandler, which is a very close second. I mean, it's like, pick your poison, actually. But, of course, that's still a decent return for Dan, working off the squib kick, and puts them in field position at their own 40-yard line. I think they'll take that.
Definitely, no question. Great field position, 14-15. How quickly these games go. I found out a few weeks ago how quickly a game goes when you're in the game. I couldn't believe it. One moment it's the third quarter, next moment, the gun sounds and this game is over. Well, it's pretty darn close being an announcer as well. Here we go. Whitey Siska back. He's throwing. The crowd's into this. Nice catch by Gabe Young. Gabe's across the 45, 40. Gabe Young still motoring. He's down out of bounds at about the 35, 36-yard line. That's what the Green Jackets needed.
That is what they needed, and Gabe was smart by just getting what he could and then stepping out of bounds, not trying to go for the contact and potentially fumble the football. Big first down for the Green Jackets inside the red and black territory at the 36-yard line. That's exactly what they needed, and we haven't seen that tonight. Gabe has just been off a little bit with Siska. That was one time where they're able to make a connection and go for big yardage.
Here we go. Change as McGovern comes off. Mike Randall comes in. Green Jackets with the football, 36-yard line, 1st and 10 here at the fairgrounds in Watertown, New York. Empire Football League Championship, 13 minutes, 32 seconds. Clock is running here. This is a big drive for the Green Jackets offense right now. Although they have the lead, they do not have control right now. And I think that's very important. Let's see what they can do. Here we go. Whitey's back. Whitey's being pursued. He gets it off just in time. Thankfully, that one was caught. That is a huge catch. That one could have been up for grabs. Glover gets the receiving on that. He's down to about the 30-yard line.
Yeah, and Siska went down hard there just as he released the ball. He did really what you're told not to do as a quarterback, to throw back against the grain. That ball kind of floated, but Glover was open enough to be able to haul that ball in for about a 6-yard gain. Siska did a good job just to get rid of that ball and avoid a big sack.
Mike Randall comes off. Danny McGovern goes back in. Green Jackets right now, second down and about 4 yards to go. Clock now at 12.5 minutes and running very quickly. Green Jackets with a lead, but not a big one. They're ahead by 11. 2 scores by the red and black, and we go home. That's why a score here is very important by the Green Jackets, even a field goal. Nice job, McGovern. Oh, man, can he squirt out of that line.
Yep, he's been doing that all evening, and I expect to see that the rest of this drive. If it were me, I'd just give it to McGovern and let's say, hey, stop our best guy right now that's running the ball. You stop him. We're going to run him right down your throat. That was a great job by McGovern there.
McGovern, great game. Chandler, great game. Green Jackets defense, other than that one play there, great game. I mean, this has been a good performance, but they're up against a very solid team playing on their home turf. Red and black wants this championship badly. So don't the Green Jackets. Green Jackets line up. Siska, the quarterback. Big Keith Sylvester, number 33, directly behind him. And behind him, 44, Dan McGovern once again. Chandler left, Gabe Young right. Whitey Siska looking for Chandler. He throws. I'm surprised there's not a flag there. That's incomplete. Could have been a flag. I don't know. Pretty darn close. Anyways, great defense there by the red and black. Dan was exactly where he should have been, and that ball was thrown exactly where it should have been.
Yeah, it was just good coverage there by the red and black, and no harm, no foul. There really shouldn't. I don't think there should have been a pass interference. It's good to see officials that try to stay out of the game and not try to make themselves a focal point in the game and let the guys play, and that's what they did on that play, and it was the right call.
Well done here. We've been around here. No change in the lineup. Again, Sylvester and McGovern. Long count, back. McGovern's got it. McGovern gets through the line of scrimmage. Gain there of about 3 or 4 yards. A nice run as the temperature gets cooler and cooler and feel a little breeze coming in here to drop the temperature.
Well, the clock keeps winding because the ball's staying in play, and that's all the Jackets really need to do is just keep using the clock, using the clock. Right now, it is such an enemy for the red and black, as we see with 11 minutes and ticking to go. And we know how quickly these clocks have been winding down tonight. The Jackets just need to keep running that ball right up the middle. I think they can put it in the end zone by doing that and really nail the coffin closed on the red and black.
Watertown red and black trying to win their first title since '80. The Green Jackets first title since '76. Green Jackets a charter member of the Empire Football League with 1 year leave of absence in 1997 in the New York League. Red and black joins the Empire League in 1975. Both teams have been around forever. Let's see, it'd be 75 and 7, 182 years of football life for these two teams.
We had to delay a game. We had a delay game penalty, which really was quite costly, putting the Jackets in a 3rd and very long now. A definite passing situation when they had it about 3rd and about 5. So expect to see something from Kevin Siska. And without looking the way to line up right now, I'm going to say if he's in there, keep an eye on Glover sneaking around out there in the back behind the linebackers.
There you go. Siska down under center. Siska's back. Siska looking, throwing. Complete to Chandler, who's mugged.
Yeah, it was a real hard hit laid there on Dan Chandler, but he did a great job hanging on to the ball, and I'm not sure where they're spotting it, but I believe it's going to be just short, so they've got a decision to make.
They're probably definitely going to go with it, especially with an 11-point lead.
Yeah, I think they might. Actually, you know, when you got such a good running game, it's been working for you all night. It should be an easy pickup if they just do what they've been doing so far this evening.
Certainly with McGovern, every time he's had the ball, he's able to pick up at least a couple of yards, even when he runs right into a wall.
Yeah, he just has to break one arm tackle, and he's done that all evening.
Here we go. No change in the formation. Chandler left, Gabe Young right. Cold night here in Watertown, New York. McGovern finds a hole. McGovern in, standing up. Touchdown, Green Jackets. That is big.
That not only, I mean, that's bigger than big, it's huge, and the sidelines is going crazy for the Green Jackets as we see a Watertown red and black player not hurt, just ejected with his head down on the ground, and that is truly a nail in the coffin for the red and black, with the score there by the Green Jackets making it 23-6 now, and probably the extra point being tacked on by Backside, making it 24-6. That's not what the red and black needed, exactly what the Green Jackets needed, and they can start feeling a little bit better right now and feeling that little bit of hardware possibly getting onto their finger that they want so badly.
Yeah, that magic four-letter word that begins with an R. Here we go. Baggs doing the kicking for the Jackets. Long count. Snap's good. Kicks up. Is it good or did it go left? Went left. That hurts. 23-6 the score. Green Jackets with a comfortable lead.
Yep, well, they're back on scores as far as that goes, as far as missing that extra point. And, of course, the red and black missing an extra point, but it's still a long way away for the red and black. In order for them to get back in this game, not only do they have to strike quickly, but there still has to be a major mistake made by the Green Jackets when they get the ball back on offense. We haven't seen any of that tonight, a turnover or anything like that. So barring a mistake by the Green Jackets, it's their championship to lose right now, not the red and black's championship to win.
Here we go. Vinny C, number 6 for the Green Jackets, ready to do kicking off. As the Green Jackets right now look at the clock and say, we're 9 minutes and 44 seconds away from a championship. To make history here, to win a game in Watertown, to win the first championship since '76, to win your 12th game for the second year in a row. Imagine that, 24 wins in 2 seasons, and the season isn't over yet. All of these things right now waiting to fall for the Green Jackets if they can just hang on. Be up to the defense right now to keep Watertown out of the end zone and to help chew up the clock. Here we go. Al Countryman, he's playing his last game for the Watertown Red and Black, win or lose here tonight. Nice kick. Vinny's kick taken way back, bounces into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line for the Watertown Red and Black.
Just barely, because that ball almost stayed outside the end zone, and he was almost having to field that ball, and that would have been terrible for the red and black, but it did make it into the end zone, and he did the right thing by taking a knee. A good job by Vinny.
And it's interesting to see the maturity of this team and the success of the organization. Last year, they went into a championship game on the road kind of wide-eyed, saying, wow, we're in the championship game. And Orange County took advantage of that. Another year of good coaching, hard work, consistency and continuity, and they come into this game a much more mature football team, able to handle this and perhaps hold on for a win.
Oh, most definitely. I mean, I know they had a game plan or a plan set out beginning of the season of what they wanted to accomplish, but I think they're even ahead of what they expected.
Black threw the football to nobody, incomplete. Somebody missed a pattern or something.
Well, but he was also under heavy pressure as he wound up on his backside there, so he was just trying to air it out deep and hope somebody ran underneath it, but I think he threw it quicker than he wanted to. He just wanted to get it out of his hands.
And boy, he aired it out. 9 minutes, 18 seconds. Clock is stopped with the incomplete pass. Black takes him out of the huddle. The red and black under a lot of pressure. Keachel began the game as the starting quarterback for the red and black. Black came in the second quarter, and he's been there ever since. Black throws the ball, gets his man, complete, driven and pounded out of bounds. Sportman in there, as well as a couple other Green Jackets.
Yeah, no, it was a great job of defense. And right now the Jackets are going to be content to keep everything in front of them and not let the red and black get anything cheap and deep on them. So keep everything in front of you and then close in and make the tackle and make the clock keep going. Keep the guys in bounds, tackle them in bounds, and force the red and black to either run out of bounds or just keep burning that clock down. But that's what the defense is trying to do right now.
Rod Gleisner, of course, wearing number 7, received that ball and the hit, I might add. Black stays in the shotgun, fakes the handoff, throws the ball, has his man, complete and driven bounds. Kenny Anderson, the tight end, received that ball. Again, a short gain.
Yeah, and that is a short gain, and the Jackets are more than content to give that up, 5 or 6 yards or whatever, and make them earn their way down the field. But I'll tell you what, red and black have to get some plays of 10, 15 yards and longer if they want to have any chance of doing something here. As we see a penalty right now, and I believe it's a substitution. Brian Northern didn't make it off the field, so that play is going to go against the Green Jackets. But they have to get some longer plays if they want to get back in this game.
No question about it. Yeah, Northern was tapped on the shoulder a little late. He tried to get off the field as quickly as he could, but he knew as he was running that this play was gonna happen, and he shouldn't take the hit on that. That's just the way things happen sometimes. Clock stops with 8:05 remaining as 5 yards walked off against the Green Jackets, and the red and black will try again. Countryman talking with the official. He wears number 22. Last time presumably we will see him play. His number was retired tonight, but you never know in the world of football. As my partner has pointed out, a veteran player, springtime comes, you start thinking about stretching the muscles a little bit. Maybe I should work out a little bit, see how I feel.
Football, you know, the leaves are going to come out again.
Yeah.
The crocus come up out of the snow, the daffodils, and then you smell the football, and it just gets in your system, and it's hard to get out of it. So you can never fully say that that guy's retired if he's at an age where he can still play. I just don't believe it until they're too old to play anymore.
And that pass is incomplete. Great defense and a flag thrown on that play. And I just want to see if that was pass interference. Nope. Calling it off. Waving it off. Excellent. Okay. That was great defense, I thought. Coming in for the Green Jackets, number 82. And we haven't been able to call his number so far tonight. But Dave Jenkins has done a great job for the Green Jackets all year long on both sides of the ball. Become kind of another quiet Iron Man for the Jackets. As we have the pass to handoff, rather, to Al Countryman. Boy, Al really had a nice run there.
Yeah, he did. He's a lot like Dan McGovern in the way he explodes through the line like that, and he did just what he's always done throughout his career with the red and black, is able to get through the hole quickly, and then you have good vision and make moves and get big plays. And he's been their catalyst and their heart of their team for many years, and they really need him.
There we go. Hurry up offense again. They do not huddle. Red and black with the ball. Black back. Black throwing very quickly. Pass is caught and then fumbled, and it's really an incomplete pass. He didn't have full control.
Well, I think it was actually caught by the official there for a second. So it was a pass to the red and black, then to the official, who handed it back off to the red and black and fell to the ground incomplete.
Okay. Ron Gleisner again, number 7 there. Kind of a little surprise as that ball's down at the 48-yard line. Second down and 10 yards to go for the Watertown Red and Black. Doug Black works for the Department of Corrections for the state of New York, downstate, but grew up around here and has a summer home up here. Uses all his holiday time during the football season. He throws incomplete. Great coverage there. Great coverage.
Yep, Shane Sportman making the hit there to make him cough the ball up for the incompleted pass. But how befitting is it when you're Doug Black, when you play for the Watertown Red and Black?
Yes.
I mean, how appropriate isn't that name, huh?
Definitely. Doug Black, an explosive quarterback. The man can really pass the football. I saw him that one game in 2000. He just kept passing. He had 2 favorite wide receivers, and they both ran to the same side of the field all night long, the right-hand side deep, and he just threw there all night, and they scored touchdown after touchdown. Unbelievable when he's on his game. Gleisner now changes sides. We're ready to go. Black from the shotgun. Long count, Black back. He's got some time. He's looking. Thrown, incomplete. Should have had it. And right now, Red and Black getting a little frustrated with 7 minutes left.
Yeah, they are. You know how you mentioned Doug Black being fitting for the Watertown Red and Black? Just interesting thing, when I was on the phone with John Adams the other night, we were watching the Yankee game and the Red Sox, and we had it muted, but we were watching it, and they focused onto the scorecard or the lineup card in the dugout of the both opposing team, or the both teams. And he goes, hey, look at that. As you look down the lineup card, batting number 1 for the Red Sox was Johnny Damon, and batting number 2 was Walker. It said really? Damon Walker. We got a kick out of that.
Jeez, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Coach Anthony Presley agreeing with us. He saw that too. That was cool. Of course, Damon Walker has had arguably the best season of his entire career here. He exploded onto the scene in 1999 with an AFA All-American season, but we have to agree that this is the best season he has ever played. Number 25 for the Green Jackets. Unbelievable. 6:59 remaining, 23-6 the score. The Green Jackets are leading, and unless something dramatic happens here, the Green Jackets will win their first title since the year 1976.
Yeah, you know, and getting back to Damon Walker, if I'm thinking back correctly, I believe it was the Albany game at Bleecker Stadium where we saw a one-man wrecking crew, a performance by one player better than any individual player on defense I've ever seen in my life. And that whole game was a highlight film for Damon. He could compile that together and make one big highlight film.
There we go. Black in pursuit. Beautiful job. Black brought down by Jenkins. Wow, Jenkins, what a major, major contribution.
Definitely, and we've seen him at the tight end position this year, but we haven't seen him a heck of a lot on the defensive side of the ball. But when we have, he's made an impact there. Dave Jenkins is just an outstanding athlete, and he showed us on that play.
Boy, that's big break. Brings red and black all the way back to about the 35-yard line. 6:53 remaining here at the fairgrounds, and now the Green Jackets want this thing to end quickly. They're already beginning to feel celebration. They got to calm down just a little bit more for a few more minutes, but you can hear the voices rise here on the field, and it's from excitement, no question about it. Now the Green Jackets with the football. They have it 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Tony T-Bone Green in at quarterback. Big Tony in. Pitch out there to number 22. Is it Sakima? I'm trying to see the second number.
Andre Wyatt.
It's Andre Wyatt. Andre Wyatt, by the way, is wearing number 29 tonight, his old number. He usually wears number 28 when he wears the green uniform.
Right, and Andre Wyatt, I think, has been one of the most improved players this season. He's done a great job at the running back position, banged up a little bit a couple games ago. But I'll tell you what, now we're seeing Tony T-Bone Green in there at quarterback. We're seeing Wyatt in the backfield. And now we're seeing the coaching staff saying, hey, we want to give everybody a chance to play in the championship game. So obviously a little bit of confidence by the Green Jacket coaches. And, hey, I think we might have this thing in control, and we want to get some other guys a chance to play.
Keith Sylvester remains in at 33. Keith's got the ball. Big Keith running. Keith Sylvester, hard to bring down, all the way down there to about the 20-yard line.
Yeah, Sylvester, every time he's gotten the ball this season, has rumbled for big yards. And once again, he did right there, rumbling for a first down, and then signals it with a first down gesture himself. So he's been a great, great player at the fullback position for the Jackets this season also.
Andre Wyatt comes off. Sakima Grimes goes in, so it's Grimes, Sylvester, and then, of course, Tony Green in at quarterback. Tony, of course, rejoined the football team in the beginning of the year, just before the Monroe County game, when Whitey Siska had a personal commitment and led the team to a victory over that top 2 team in the air. Green Jackets are motoring in close for a touchdown. Ball squirted up. Does the red and black have it? I am not sure from this angle. I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either, because you can just tell by the emotions right now that the Jackets got the ball back.
Wyatt comes back out with a play from the sidelines. Anyways, Tony came in and quarterbacked that entire game in the beginning of the season to a win. Then he went into a backup role, left the team for a little while. Now he's back with the team just in time.
Yeah, right. Okay. You won't let me live that down, will you?
Boy, oh boy, I'll tell you, it's great to have the players walking in front of us. We're talking with a lot of the folks. It's so exciting.
Oh, yeah.
Tony Green. Here we go. He keeps that one. Not a huge gain, but a gain nonetheless. And the most important thing is the clock continues to run with 4.5 minutes remaining.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing. The clock continues to run. So as the Jacket defenders that are on the sidelines now are starting to have a little bit of a celebration here, a few pictures being taken by some of the fans of the Jackets. But like you said, it isn't really over, but if the Jackets can put it in here, then I would definitely feel pretty good. And my money would be on the Jackets that it is over. So if they just keep doing what they're doing right now, they should be able to come away with a championship ring.
Keeping it on the ground once again in touchdown Green Jackets, and this one is over.
Yeah, I think you're right, Bill, and that's T-Bone Green with the touchdown, and I love to see that. It's great to see him get the touchdown, and I'm loving this, watching the Jackets here on the sidelines celebrating, and I mean, they just deserve it. I mean, they've been such a great team. They've been an unselfish team this season. Players have shared positions and done a fine job when their name has been called, and there's really just been a real a unity and a focus on one particular goal, which was to make it to the championship and win the championship and knock down so many hurdles that they've had in front of them over past seasons. And this is another one that's going to fall tonight, and a championship ring will be on their finger, and they deserve it.
So many people are enjoying this here tonight as Bagstad gets ready. Bagstad ready to kick. And it's up, and it's good. Bags gets one. It's 30-6. Here comes another one. Well, it's early. It's early for that. 3:58 remaining.
Yeah, well, they're looking to get Coach Tom Mara with the water jug, but he's caught on to it as A.Z. Longmire holds the water jug right here down in front of us. But I'll tell you what, you said it's early. It's early because there's still time on the clock, but I'll tell you what, it's early because Coach Mara would have to stand out there soaking wet in this 30-something degree weather, soaked to the bone here, and give him a chance to get in the locker room at least and warm up. But No, he's going to get a dousing if the players have their way.
And some of the Watertown fans are leaving this game right now. No question that the Green Jackets are going to win their first title in many a year. This is a big sports story for Green Jackets fans and for the greater Hudson Falls, Glens Falls area in general.
Oh, yeah. No, this is huge. And now you have to say, okay, the Green Jackets accomplished something that they were hoping they would do this year. It was in their mindset, and I can tell you behind closed doors, this is what they thought they were going to do. But I think their game plan that they had, or their projection of their long-term plan, this is sooner than maybe they thought that it would happen. But now you have to say, okay, who's going to be back and who isn't next year? Yes. And there are a few players I know that may not be coming back, but I think a lot of the guys will be returning, and we're not even talking about guys that are going to know what this championship was like and talk about it, and guys will want to come here and play for the Green Jackets. So I expect another extremely strong team next year, maybe stronger than this year's team, but we may be seeing the beginning of a Green Jacket dynasty in Glens Falls.
No question. We alluded earlier in the year how teams now that used to say, oh, I don't want to go to Marlboro to play the Shamrocks, are beginning to see, I don't want to play the Green Jackets.
Down here, you want to hold the mic, I'll talk to players.
Sure, let's do that. Chris Drennan is going to get down here, and we're going to be talking to some players as we're down to 3:52 remaining. Green Jackets right now are on the verge of winning their title. Kenny Hackett right now, as Chris Drennan will be talking with him.
All right, Kenny, man.
Hey, this is great, baby! Look at the scoreboard. It's all us.
How long have you been waiting for this?
9 years, baby.
And is it everything you thought it would be?
Hey, I'm retiring this year, so I'm going out on top. That's all that counts.
We'll leave a little question mark after that retiring, maybe?
Number one, baby. Maybe. We'll see what the winner brings.
But you got 9 other fingers that are going to get awfully lonely when they see the ring on that one finger.
I'm going to cover 2 of them this year, though.
All right.
We got a national ring we're getting, too. We're not done yet.
All right,
so we got an EFL and a national.
All right, well, man, you deserve it. Congratulations.
Thank you, man. Thank you, everybody.
All right. What?
Flag.
Got a flag on the play here, ladies and gentlemen. 3:18 remaining, 30-6 to score. Green Jackets are leading this game. Number 41, Jason Rudy Johnson coming onto the field. He's been playing special teams here tonight for the Green Jackets. Now he's coming on to join the defense on the field. All season long, Rudy and his brother Bill have been dedicating the season to their mother who's been very, very ill, and we'll watch this game on tape later on. We wish her well, and I'll tell you, your son Rudy has done a tremendous job on the field. Your son Bill has done a tremendous job on the sidelines, and we're so proud to be a part of the team with those 2 young men on it. I just want to tell you that, Mom. 3:18 remaining. Here comes some more of the big guys right here. Here is Chris Drennan.
All right, we got 3 of the Green Jacket veterans here, John Gifford and Big Will Edwards and Fish, Big Tuna here. I mean, guys, is this everything you thought it was going to be?
Oh, this is incredible. This is a culmination of a lot of years' work and a lot of effort by this football team this year. A lot of teamwork. We've won as a team, and that's what it counts.
Well, I know, and this whole championship, I guess you could say, is due to a lot of you. I mean, you big guys up front. I mean, it begins and ends with the big guys up front. You can't run the ball without big guys. You guys have done it all season. And on defense, I mean, you guys have been shutting everybody down. I mean, this is just, I mean, this has got to be a great thing for you guys. I mean, what do you guys, I mean, aside from celebrate, I mean, you guys are going to be wearing a ring on your finger now. I mean,
that's right. That's right. This is a defining moment. Yep. A defining moment for Glens Falls.
But
bringing one home.
And this is the beginning of a dynasty because, I mean, most you, I mean,
with the exception of John, is young. The offensive line's young, and quality guys. We always have 6-7 offensive linemen at practice. They say that we're only going to go as far as the offensive line takes us. Well, this year it took us to the championship.
And T-Bone, man, you waited a long time for this, right?
It's been a long time coming, man. Hey, give it up for the young guys, dog. Give it up for the young.
We got AZ Longmire here, who was dominant tonight, putting the hit on Al Countryman. I mean, this is a big thing for you too, right?
Yeah, man, it's real big, man. It's all a team thing, man. We've been waiting 4 or 5 years for this opportunity, man. It's just
Here we go.
Watertown trying to get one more score in before this is over. 1 minute, 52 seconds remaining. Black looking, throws, has his man, cuts inside. He's looking for the sideline to stop the clock. Greenjackets bring him down before he gets out of bounds. The clock continues to run with 1 minute and 42 seconds left here at the fairgrounds. The Greenjackets will win their first title since '76. Will win their first game in Watertown since 1986. And will win their 12th game for only the third time, second year in a row, I might add, in their history, and this season is not over yet. Black, back, looking, throws, has his man, complete, brought down, inbounds, clock continues to run. Will Watertown have time to score one more time? All eyes are on the field. Greenjackets defense is digging in. Watertown fans, some of them still remaining. Some of them are still remaining. And they're hoping for their team to at least get into double digits here. We're under a minute, 56, 55, 54. Black's looking, throwing, has his man. There is a knockout punch stop, and that player has got to be stymied. Absolutely unbelievable. You hear the crowd going, woo! 41-40, clock continues to run. Will the red and black score? That's the remaining drama from this game. Black, wow, incomplete. Again, Grace defense there. 30 seconds remaining in this game, and the championship is in the books. 30 seconds remaining in this game. This is an historic moment, the 75th anniversary of the Greenjackets football team, and they win a title. Ain't that poetic justice? You hear the Greenjackets, these guys are pumped up. This has been a number of years of hard work by a lot of people. So much credit goes to so many folks. Black, back, looking, throwing, got his man, Countryman trying to score. He's brought down inbounds. That means the clock continues to run. We're at 19, 18, maybe one more play by the time the teams form up. Greenjackets are taking their time. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. This is the final play. You hear the crowd. Black throws, complete. He does not score, complete, but not in. 0 on the clock. The Greenjackets win the 2003 Empire Football League Championship at the fairgrounds in Watertown, New York. Doesn't get any better than this. We're going to pick it up on the field.
Is the Empire Football League champion.